There is nothing wrong with your television set. Do not attempt to adjust the picture. We are controlling transmission. If we wish to make it louder, we will bring up the volume. If we wish to make it softer, we will tune it to a whisper. We will control the horizontal. We will control the vertical. We can roll the image, make it flutter. We can change the focus to a soft blur, or sharpen it to crystal clarity. For the next hour, sit quietly and we will control all that you see and hear. We repeat, there is nothing wrong with your television set. You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery which reaches from the inner mind to...
Georgia and Middle Georgia and everyone else throughout the world, through the World Wide Web. This is the Morning Roast for Thursday, August 22nd, 2013. We're live from the Doghouse with Irv, Ed, and DB. Yours truly here. It's 8:03 a.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time. It's 72 degrees so far with a high of 88 and a low of 70 degrees. It's somewhat partly clouded. The sun is doing okay right now, but it
feels good out
being
there.
it's being dogpiled by these clouds and stuff.
Yeah. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, DS Photo Guy. So far, you're the only one on.
Yeah.
Morning, buddy. Hope you're doing well.
Mm-hmm.
Saw your picture on Facebook. You look pretty good. You continue on with trying to make a difference in the animal kingdom.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just want to give a shout out to some of my friends. Super Paul Barlow. He was there yesterday. He was one of my cast members in from the last year's comic show we were on. Called.
Is he super?
Well, he calls himself Super Paul because.
Is he super though?
Well, yeah, I guess an eater.
Where was he?
He's a competitive eater.
Eater,
you know, like
what's he eat?
hot dogs and
Wieners.
yeah,
Yeah,
He's a wiener eater.
yeah. Well,
He
hot
wieners.
dogs, ribs, competitive eater.
Wieners.
All right. So where was he, and what we're talking about? Where were you?
Well, this was like last year. I was audition or a show called SNL in the ATL. Well, Saturday Nights Alive in Atlanta. It was supposed to be like Atlanta's version of Saturday Night Live.
on Facebook.
Now I see.
Yeah, I'm just sending a link of it because they finally actually had a clip of it because
I see.
we never had it. I never actually got a chance to see
on
it.
Facebook.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah, I see your
Is it
post.
funny? Something that
I don't know. Man.
well,
You're funnier.
Well, yeah. Well, see, he's one of the
funnier than
I
his
work
jokes,
with.
right? Yeah.
Well, I just said it wrong, but you
No,
you
you
have a
didn't
bad
say
day.
it wrong. It's all right. Speaking of funny, I was watching the Chocomero Forum yesterday with 4 of the 7 candidates.
Right.
And it was absolutely ridiculous. I mean, you talk about these guys trying to be desperate to get their point across. That looks funny, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to get their point across. And but they only have like 90 seconds to answer, right?
Oh, yeah, 90 seconds.
So, meanwhile, this guy, Scarborough, he's an older gentleman. And he's pretty good. He's pretty, strict when it comes to timing. Like, he'll cut you off. He doesn't care. But really, how much can you really answer in 90 seconds? I mean, he has a question like, what are you going to do about the community? All you got is 90 seconds to lay out your plan. It's ridiculous.
Right.
Not only that, but they actually charged money to be a part of this event. And of course, David Kushner, Joe Allen, and Anthony Harris, all three, kind of boycotted the event because they rightfully so thought that it was ridiculous that the Democratic Party would have the audacity to charge money for a frickin' debate.
Yeah.
Well, there was a couple of people that came on Facebook to tell David Kushner on David Kushner's site, well, what's wrong with that? They have to pay for the venue, and a bunch of frickin' brown-nosing going on.
Right.
And, well, I have a story that came out in the Telegraph, so we're not the only ones thinking this.
Okay.
The actual Telegraph, who seems to be a puppet for this frickin' government here,
I've seen that article.
actually agrees with what we're saying. And their title is A New Low for Bibb County Democratic Party. And it says, just when you think you've heard everything, along comes a new twist. Fundraising by forum. We are sure you've heard of political fundraisers. They happen all the time. Candidate A appears before an audience that, depending on the wealth of the crowd, could have paid several $1,000s for being a mere presence in the candidate, while everyone chows down on some form of chicken dinner. It costs extra for a picture, right?
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's normal political fundraising. But now the Bibb County local Democratic Party, robbed of its funding stream in a nonpartisan election, has turned to fundraising by forum to raise some much-needed cash. No checks, please. When there are partisan primaries, the two political parties share in the qualifying fees paid by candidates. That could be a chunk of the money. It costs the mayor candidates $3,000 to qualify, and commission seats go for about $450. The Democratic group, which gives new meaning to the word dysfunctional, has decided to charge candidates $50 for mayoral and $25 for commission to participate in forums sponsored by the party. There are 25 commission candidates and 7 if you count write-in candidates running for mayor. So that's a nice chunk of change that they're collecting.
Yeah.
And it goes on. It says, to be clear, there is nothing illegal about fundraising by forum. It just smells bad. It's akin to blackmail, and there's not a lot in return. If every candidate decided to participate, some have already stated that they would not, the draw would be less than $1,000. But we guess if you're broke, that's a good start. And then it goes on to explain that that this is just illegitimate. It's not right. And then, of course, it ends the story. It says, there are plenty of forums planned by legitimate organizations such as Women League of Voters, which we already had,
Right.
and the
Exactly.
Chamber of Commerce, which we already had, and neighborhood groups and others where a candidate's time will be better spent. Now, that's one story. We also have the trio that decided not to go, and that's the second story that I have regarding this story. Only one paragraph, but I'll read it. 3 candidates for mayor making Bibb's new consolidated government sat out Wednesday night debate put on by the Bibb County Democratic Party. All 3 say they did not participate because they disagree with the $50 registration fee. I just think it's ridiculous to have to pay $50 to take part of a mayoral debate and a forum, said writing candidate community activist Anthony Harris. If I'm going to pay them, I need to go back to the Women League of Voters. I need to pay them. I need to go to other organizations and pay them. It's wrong. set Bibb County Commissioner Joe Allen.
Right.
Macon Mayor Robert Rickett, C. Jack Ellis, Sam Hart, and Charlie Bishop all participated in the debate. Alan Harris and David Kuzno took the night off. That's one of the major reasons why the city has gone down spiral.
What did you say, Harris? You said someone
I said Harris.
I said Alan Harris. Hey, you said
Joe, Allen, Harris, and Kuzno. Alan, Harris, and Kuzno.
Someone said Alan
That's-
Harris.
That's what I did say. I said that's what the story reads. Let me finish.
You
And
said sexuality.
Alan
You
Harris,
understand.
Alan Harris, and businessman David Kuzno took the night off. That's one of the major reasons why the city has gone down in a downward spiral. It's all because of the good old boy networks. That's pretty much David Kuzno. Anytime you're missing parts of the puzzle, you're selling the city short, Harris said. Bibb County Executive Board member John Swint has previously said the fee is purely to raise funds. With the local election now being nonpartisan, Swint says the local parties no longer receive portions of candidates' qualifying fees. There you have it. Once again, what do you think about that?
Bend over and grease up.
Yeah. it
Say
is.
again?
Bend over and grease up, because
Yeah.
they're gonna fuck you up the ass.
It
I don't know.
says, I mean,
You
it's,
know what? When I think of Democratic Party, I think of romper room. A bunch of little kids bickering back and forth. I want this. I want that. I want
Good morning,
this.
Manny. I don't know. I mean, it's unheard of. Only in Macon, Georgia, can you have, a political forum, something that's supposed to be free,
yeah.
and it's now a fundraiser. I mean, it's almost like charging for air.
Yeah.
I don't get it. That's how low it's gotten. And I'm glad that those three. Good morning, worse than AIDS. What could possibly be worse than AIDS?
Ebola.
Anyway, yeah, yeah, a bunch of hot air, right, Manny? That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Good morning, Plastic. And anyway, so this is outrageous. This is how low the city has become. This guy is swindling. Mr. Swint is swindling the public.
Yeah. Couldn't have said it any better.
And I'm glad that the three, and then they mention him in the paper. That's pretty cool. They mention him on the news. And what else are you gonna do? What else are you gonna say?
Yeah, I know, man. It's
Outrageous. Anyway, a lot of shit going on. By the way, this woman yesterday, in the school, talking to this kid. Of course, they're playing her tape endlessly now. It's annoying.
the 911 call.
Yeah, that 911 call. I mean, I have to say I was very, very proud of somewhat that there's somebody that lives in Georgia that level-headed.
Yeah.
This place is such a crazy reactionary place. It's nice to see. But what's annoying is how many times they played over and over and over and over again. It's like it loses its meaning after a while. Like, damn it, don't play this frickin' tape over and over again. But she does deserve some kind of recognition. She really
had a cool
avoided
head.
a massacre. That kid was ready to blow everybody away.
Oh yeah, no question about it.
And
No question about it.
so, she pretty much in the same character as you, Derek. Very low key, very calm. I mean, it was God that she's a bookkeeper. She's not even a teacher. But she really kept her head, and because of that, and she was able to connect with the would-be killer,
Yes.
and she really saved the day. So, what do you think of that?
Bravo to her. Bravo. She deserves it. I tip my hat off to you for having some serious courage to talk down a person with that many loaded weapons, was pretty much armed to the teeth to do another shooting, a mass shooting in an elementary school. No doubt. I mean, it's really sad. It's really terrible when you go to a place, like where a person, a would-be shooter, would-be killer, just go to a place where it's practically cowardly. I mean, because it's an elementary school. They can't fight. Children can't fight back. They can't fight a bullet. Well, nobody can, a child or adult.
Yeah.
But for that bookkeeper, that lady who talked him down, on through 911, and had him at least calmed down at least enough for at least till the law came around and apprehended him. Tremendous courage under fire.
You notice how it even took the gunman to have to say back to this bookkeeper, what's taking him so long? Like she's saying, okay, come in. Freaking police, they're so stoic and slow to respond. I mean, she's saying, okay, he's on the floor, his hands out behind the back, come on in. Okay, he's on the floor, come on. And even the gunman himself saying, what's taking him so long? I mean, he wants to give up.
Yeah.
And the police are so, meanwhile, they're so reactionary when it comes to their own life.
Oh, yeah, you trying to say
God forbid.
something? I'm starting to get some seafood platter vibes, man. I mean, what do you say?
Yeah, it didn't matter. I mean, whatever. He's got one other thing, blows her away. We'll just take our time and wait till he does that, and then we'll go in and kill this guy. Give us an excuse to shoot his ass down.
Uh-huh. I was gonna say something else, but never mind.
I don't know.
I was thinking maybe they were not as quick to respond because it is DeKalb.
Because they're a bunch of cowards. They were afraid to get shot. Meanwhile, the kid's on the ground, and he's already the woman who's on the phone with the 911. Which, by the way, she calmed that 911 woman down.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how cool this woman was.
Yeah.
Miss Tough. Boy, that's one tough cookie.
Oh yeah, she is definitely. But the thing I was thinking, maybe because they weren't as quick to respond because since it's DeKalb, it's outside of Atlanta. It's maybe because the majority of the students were children of color. I think. I
don't know. All I'm saying is, when the young man went down, and of course he wanted attention, that's the whole thing, low self-esteem, he's got mental issues. I mean, he's ugly as shit. If you look at his face. If you want
that much attention, just start a blog. Start a YouTube page.
It's hard to look at.
YouTube channel.
And
look at me! That type of stuff.
I just can't imagine having breakfast with that kid every freaking day. Ugly as shit. But meanwhile, this...
You'd be one heck of a guidance counselor.
I'll tell you. I'll tell him, yeah, kid, I can see why you're feeling the way you're feeling.
Because you're ugly. Save some money to get some plastic surgery.
Yeah, exactly. You need to straighten out that crooked mouth you got. And, no, serious. So, she's, he's now down on the floor. She's explaining to the 911 operator, okay, he's on the ground, his hands are behind his back, come on in. And nothing happened. They don't do nothing. Where the gunman himself has to say to the woman, what's taking him so long? I mean,
I don't know what to tell you.
But meanwhile, if it was their life on the line, they'd shoot before you even look up, Before you take your next breath, they'd be shooting your ass down. I just don't get it.
Well, a lot of people were talking, someone was saying, I wish I could find that. I wish I could find the story. I think it was a Facebook friend of mine. Actually, it was more than just a Facebook friend. He was a guy that I went to school with back in college, and he had something that was really, really intriguing when he was talking about that same thing about the would-be school shooting, and it was just really weird. I wish I could find it, But he was just saying, like, if that would have been that Christopher Durden guy, that rogue cop, that rogue black cop, he would have been shot dead in dead in the streets. They wouldn't have had time
Well,
to let him
that
give
rogue
up.
cop was ready. I mean, this kid was out to kill cops too, but I think that rogue cop was really out to slaughter people. And if you notice, if you remember when he stole the car or the truck, whatever, from that couple, if he was out to kill just about anybody, would have killed that couple.
Mm-hmm.
But he was specifically out to kill police.
Yeah.
Now, this young man may have been doing the same thing because he was shooting at the police, and he could have gone in and shot up some students before they got out. He could have shot this woman. So who knows? He may have been on the same level.
All right.
But, once again, if they would have gotten their hands on this kid, believe me, they would have shot his ass. The only problem I'm having is once the kid was on the ground and he's telling the bookkeeper, tell him to come in, and the woman is saying, come on in, why it took him so long to respond to that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they were cautious, I don't know, but I think they were a little slow.
Oh, yeah. They could possibly. I mean, maybe they just were so ready to shoot, they couldn't wait to shoot, and then maybe they were just disappointed that they didn't get a chance to. It's like, oh crap! I guess we had to apprehend him alive,
Wow.
But
anyway, let me see. The cop told me with confronting a person with a weapon, if you don't see muzzle flash in 2 seconds, and person is talking, you most likely not see that weapon discharge.
yes.
Okay, there you go. I guess, whatever. I think I would have done a much better job than that wannabe. Who are you talking about? Who's the wannabe worse than AIDS? Who's the wannabe? Not sure what you mean by that.
I guess it's anyway. Truth be told.
I think you have to do a much better job of elaborating yourself. How's that?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I do have at least one good news, at least for about kids in schools. Bibb County school students Skype with Japan overseas.
Wow.
Students
frickin' do.
Well, students at Redland High School got a peek from around the world yesterday. A group of international study students gathered at the school's library to Skype with students in Macon, Japanese sister city of Kurobe, Japan. The students prepared questions about culture and living to ask their Japanese counterparts. One student says she also participates in the foreign exchange program, so the Skype opportunity is exciting for her. And Macon Mayor Robert Rickard was also at the event to meet with Japanese students. Staff members at the school say they tried to connect with the students with other people from all of Macon's sister cities, such as like Macon, France, and others. So the mayor was there because they were too kind.
Man,
Just
Rickard.
kidding.
Oh, by the way, Robert Rickard has like 3 names. It's Robert A.B. Rickard.
Yeah. Yeah, Robert A.B. Rickard.
Yeah, I wonder what the A.B. stands for.
What you trying to say?
What am I trying to say? What am I
You
about to say?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Let the audience decide that one. Yeah.
Oh
the
my
audience
goodness.
decide that.
Oh
But
my goodness.
yeah, well, meanwhile, Bibb County schools are now enhancing their security in the wake of Atlanta school shooting, but then there's a cutback on Head Start. So talk about schizophrenia going on. They're going to cut back on Head Start, but yet they're going to beef up security.
Right.
It's like, no, I don't know anymore. Macon Bibb, as the school shooting in Atlanta unfolded on Tuesday, Bibb County school officials are watching. David Gowan, Director of Risk Management, Bibb County Schools, says his team is working to create an even tighter security effort around the classroom, so they'll be ready in a similar situation.
Mm-hmm.
Our board has funded phase 1 of a 4-phase project that deals with access control. See, I think that's what they ought to be doing, access control. In other words, buzzers on doors, cameras everywhere, don't let anybody in. I guess that's, I have a very hard time with arming anybody. Because that person could wake up one morning and want to end their life. Next thing you know, that very sincere, good worker becomes the biggest freaking problem that school's ever had. Mm-hmm. I just don't trust anybody. I don't trust. I mean, when you got school teachers and superintendents, filming kids in bathrooms and having sexual molestation issues and all that shit left and right, I'm sure that those that are hired to protect the school could just turn around and blow it up.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't trust them. I don't trust anybody. That location should be, by the way, Gowan says each school has a primary and secondary relocation site about 1,000 feet away from the building. That location could be a nearby church or nearby business. We have some schools that we don't have a nearby structure, so it's an open area where buses would have access. And the Bibb County Sheriff's Office, along with the Board of Education and Risk Management, are working to prevent something like a school shooting from happening. They say they've been learning from each event. They're also learning how to get better. That's great. Well, each incident, we try to practice and perfect what's been happening in the past and take some good points from the incidents. Lieutenant Chris Dunn of the Bibb County Sheriff's Office said. Parents who would meet their kids at a reunification site, and all the designated areas are kept secret, and all to keep the little ones safe and sound. And there you have it. They're trying to come up with ways of having a plan, just in case you have this kind of incident happening here in Bibb County. Good to hear.
Yeah, very good to hear.
Good to hear.
Yes.
You have something?
Yeah. Well, I found the post that one of my friends wrote about the shooting, but I don't know if it's. I mean, I guess I can go ahead and say it since I already got it out. He was just. I guess he lives in Atlanta, so this is like really fresh in his mind when he wrote it. He says, "This might sound a bit controversial, but why the hell does white people shoot up theaters and schools? I mean, really, you can count on one hand the number of black people in recent history who would do something like this, like Christopher Dunn and again this DC sniper, what have you. Now, before some of my friends call me a race hustler, as those dumbass folks on Fox News use, I mean, seriously, just think about it. If a white man shoots up a theater and blows some folks up at a road race, they're all of a sudden crazy. But when we have black men who shoot each other like dogs in Chicago or the Bluff in Vine City, they're called criminals. Now, the so-called blind justice puts them on trial. Then the black man gets 25 plus years in prison, and the so-called crazy-ass white guy gets guilty by reason of insanity and goes to the crazy house, doesn't go to jail. The way I look at it, if you shoot someone, they should all go to prison and all do their time. I mean, a hard time. Go to Alto or Wrightsville or some real time with some real hustlers and thugs. Hell, send them to prison called Supermax. And one last thing, if a black man holds two people off as hostage at elementary school and actually shoots at the police, he would be dead as hell and the news would be different. So ask how in the hell a white dude with an AK-47, like the one in Atlanta, in DeKalb, get out of there alive? Just shaking my head.
Yeah, it seems like they do get out alive a lot of times. Yeah. But
that's why I was thinking why they took their time. Just like, come on, you gonna shoot somebody? Come on, shoot somebody. Oh crap! I guess we gotta keep him. I guess we gotta apprehend him alive. Come on, let's go get the handcuffs.
Oh man, he's saying that right. That article is right on.
Where's Manny located?
I don't know.
Manny, where are you located?
I guess he's in New Jersey. Manny, are you in New Jersey? Illinois. Anyway, Illinois. Okay.
Well, no, I was just wondering which is worse, Camden, New Jersey, or Newark?
Yeah, we're gonna get to that, Plastic.
Because I went through Newark, and then when I see that little video of Detroit, you reminded me of Newark.
Jeez.
Newark is bad.
Oh yeah, well.
Well, that's kind of like you have to choose between Almond Joy and Mounds. Like sometimes you feel like it nuts, sometimes you don't. Which one you gotta do? You gotta.
Yeah, well, Newark
flip a
is
coin
pretty
or
bad
something,
city.
I
I've been
guess.
there quite a few times. It is bad. It is
But
really.
remember, we will all come together in an accord.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
On the
Yes,
court.
mileage.
Gotcha.
let's talk a little bit about those three
I got you,
kids.
Joe.
Those three kids that they killed for sport. If you remember that, right?
Yeah.
And it's
Like I don't even get it.
what do
like
you think of that issue? I
No,
mean,
we need a real-time vigilante group in every city to take the scum out.
You mean a local Batman or something, or kick ass?
No,
or
not
something?
around a silly cape and with you in your underwear,
Okay, on the outside, yeah.
like stealth. You know what I mean?
I see what you mean. Yeah.
well,
It's like, what's up with that? I mean, I was bored too, but at least I had an attorney. I mean, people just stopped playing. Like these guys just stopped playing Xbox and PS3 and PS4s and stuff. They're like, man, screw, forget Madden, forget being the Madden king. I want to shoot somebody for real.
yeah.
It's like, you know, like they just stopped eating like Burger King or something. Don't they eat or something? I mean, come on, just read a book, learn a language, learn some chess, go to the library, the museum. I mean, hey, go Kroger and get some bread or make a sandwich. The kids stop making sandwiches now? Come
You better
on.
off go Saturday. Go to Sam's Club.
Uh-huh.
And they got down each aisle, you got these little kiosks. And they give out free samples. Man, you get a whole lunch there for free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Free samples plus free drink samples.
Free monster drink. By the way, you know, speaking of monster, remember that Hannah Anderson?
Yeah.
Okay, well, yesterday I'm watching Dr. Drew, which I never really watched, but
Is he a real doctor?
yeah, that's a good question.
He's supposedly a therapist, a
Psychiatrist,
counselor,
whatever.
psychiatrist, yeah.
But this one really caught my eye because
Oh yeah,
it's
good morning,
a very,
Three Bears. How you doing? Good morning, Three Bears.
it's a very same thing that I had mentioned earlier, where I have this suspicious notion that this Hannah girl is not this cute little innocent 16-year-old where everybody's like, oh, poor baby, and all that. All right, poor baby, she lost her mother and her father. Amen to that. However, I have been smelling something is not right. Well, somebody on that show was saying the very same thing as me, and she was being attacked by everybody saying, how could you do that? This is not the time to bring that up. This young girl lost her brother and her mother, and I'm saying, bullshit. So what? We need to find out whether this girl in fact was in on the shit. And I don't want to hear that she was some poor, innocent, brainwashed child. I'm sorry. They know the difference between right and wrong by the time they're 16, 17 years old.
Well,
And
they
it seemed
should.
like she was too freaking calm during the time when she was with that freaking freako. I have said it from the beginning. I am having a very hard time believing this girl was such a big victim. And now she's on like the Today Show and Good Morning America and all this television shit. She's on the internet. She's here and there. I think something just doesn't smell right. This stinks of all high hell to me.
So this is
I have said it from the beginning.
fishing in a seafood platter?
Yeah, even before she got back with her father, I was saying there's just something not right about this picture. And I'm not the only one thinking that. There are other people that are thinking that shit. Yeah, she's seeking attention. I'm just saying. You know, do you really want to seek attention when your mother and your brother were killed? I'd be like, forget about it. Don't talk to me. Everybody stay the hell away from me.
Yeah, that's too high of a price.
Like, it's so traumatic. Your mother and your little brother were killed, and you're going on talk shows like talking, my mother raised me to be strong, and that's the current story. Well, how strong did she make you? Did she make you so strong that you're hard-hearted and hard-headed? Who knows? And why was she not calling out when she saw all those people with guns on them?
Mm-hmm.
And in the woods with the horses and all that shit? Why didn't she run up to them when she knew they would have been outnumbered? Bullshit about, oh, he would have killed me. Kill me my ass. You're sitting there with your feet in the frickin' water, and the people were talking to you and you were ignoring them. I don't get it. No, I do get it.
You do get it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? You're right, Plastic. She probably did all the killing. Who the hell knows? We do not know. But this does not smell right to me. I'm telling you, folks. And it's going to come
I'm
out.
sorry, man. I farted.
Yeah.
Mm.
There's gonna be something that comes out of this shit.
Okay.
And maybe it was that this guy convinced her that he was the real father, and that they lied to her, and all. Who the hell knows what was going on then? But I will tell you one thing: anybody that's scared, and anybody that was fearing for their life, and anyone that was in a state of being kidnapped would have found or tried to find a way to get the hell away from this guy. And given the opportunity, which she did get it, when those 4 people showed up on their horseback, asking her questions and talking to them, why didn't she at least even look at them and say, please help me, or run to them, or do something?
Mm-hmm.
It just doesn't smell right to me. And I don't want to hear people saying, oh, you shouldn't be saying this because, she lost her brother. And you know what? I lost my brother. I know what it's like to lose somebody. My mother's gone as well. Both pretty tragically. They weren't murdered, but it might as well. Feels the same. And I just don't get it.
Yeah. You said a mouthful there, man.
Yeah. Well, here she is on CNN in her first television interviews, and she was freed following an alleged kidnapping this month. You see how they're already starting to say alleged. I like that. You see, the news is up. The news is in on it. It's just like the NSA. They don't say much. They don't want to give their secrets up yet. But now they're calling it an alleged kidnapping. I like that. See, they're not as stupid as we say they are, right? Hannah Anderson described herself as a survivor and thanked those who have supported her. In the beginning, I was a victim, but now, knowing everyone out there is helping me, I consider myself a survivor instead. She told NBC, my mom raised me to be strong. James DiMaggio allegedly kidnapped Hannah on August 4th. Police later found the bodies of her mother and brother at DiMaggio's burnt home, about an hour east of San Diego. After evading authorities for a week, DiMaggio was spotted in the Idaho wilderness August 10th, nearly 1,000 miles from where the alleged victim kidnapping occurred. An FBI agent shot him dead, and Hannah, 16, was returned to her family in South Carolina. In the interview, portions of which NBC aired Thursday morning, Hannah addressed the rampant speculation online about texts and letters she exchanged with DiMaggio. The 2 texts the day she was abducted, because he was supposed to pick her up from cheerleading camp and he needed directions, she said. Earlier letters involved advice about her relationship with her mother. The teen told NBC, they weren't anything bad. They just helped me get through the time, she told Today. She also thanked the law enforcement officials and others involved in the rescue. She singled out the horseback riders who first spotted her in the Idaho wilderness. I like to say thank you because without them, I probably wouldn't be here right now. Yeah, right. Please. If you really felt your life was in danger, while that guy was driving you 1,000 frickin' miles, you would have found a way. I don't get it.
Mm-hmm.
She's athletic.
Yeah.
She's not this, invalid, poor, frail little girl. If you look at her, she's almost as big as her dad. I just don't get it.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't get it. Since her return, a series of twists have emerged, including a request from DiMaggio family that DNA tests be conducted on her Hannah and her 8-year-old brother, whose body was found. We are going to be requesting from the Anderson family. We try to get DNA samples from Hannah. And by the way, there's money there, $100,000. There's motive.
Wow.
I'm sure that DiMaggio and his long-winded freaking 1,000-mile trek to the wilderness may have told her, oh, by the way, in case anything happens to me, you're gonna get $1,000, $100,000, $110,000, blah 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 blah. Who the hell knows?
Yeah. It's really good. Really good.
And I said it from the beginning. And you know what? Usually, I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but usually, not all the time. I'm not perfect, but usually,
you're right.
My instincts are correct.
Oh yes.
And I'm telling you, the police. If you think that the police are sitting on this idea, like, oh, this poor girl, poor victim. Blah blah bullshit. Believe me. And I just pray to God that the truth will come out.
Yeah.
I just pray.
Psychic.
Yeah, I'm a psychic.
I predict that your mother's a whore. Next question.
I predict that she's gonna get that money to her grandmother.
Yeah.
Would you turn it down?
Well, no, not in my particular. No, definitely not.
Yeah. Swami Irv.
I would like to have a car with air conditioning. You know, not that it's gonna do me any
I
good.
like to have a car. Period.
Yeah, period. Not that it's not gonna. Yeah, not it's not gonna do me any good anyway. Since it's becoming fall now.
No,
I don't
if
need air
anybody wants to
conditioning.
turn down that money, I swear to you, I'm gonna send them a letter like, you beg
Thank
for
you,
money.
sucker.
Please, I'm an invalid. I'm a victim. Send me some money. Yeah, I'm a victim. I'm a victim to the freaking heat down here. Every car I've had blew up over here because of freaking heat.
Y'all talked about the DeKalb shooting, right?
Huh?
The school in DeKalb.
Yeah, we already talked
Did you
about it.
cover the other one in Cherokee?
No, I haven't got the story there. I do have one about this armed man taken into custody at a Canton school. Is that?
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay, there it is. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, I mean, what the fuck's going on?
In
Leave
Georgia
the
in
kids
school.
alone.
Yeah, leave them alone. They're here to try to read something, learn something.
Yeah. By the way, worse than AIDS, you're right. It could have been easily been staged. Kidnapping by some guy wanting to be liberated from a home after chatting online. The girl might have been involved in those murders, but it's good for her dead men don't speak. Exactly. That's why the police really screwed up.
Bingo.
And I'm telling you, worse than AIDS. Gotta come up with a better name than this. But
Yeah, that is kind of creepy.
it is kind of creepy. I'm gonna call you worse than. How's that?
Okay.
Worse.
Well, anyway, I have the story.
You're on point, kid. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is from Canton, Georgia, from WXIA TV. A man armed with several weapons was taken into custody after he was spotted on the campus of Cherokee Charter School Wednesday morning yesterday. Cherokee County Sheriff's deputies were assisting with traffic at the Canton school noticed the suspicious man around 7:30 a.m., according to Sheriff Lieutenant Jay Baker. When deputies approached him, the man turned and ran, but was quickly caught. He was identified as 31-year-old Todd Christopher Grigg of Woodstock, Georgia.
Yeah.
Baker said investigators have found 3 knives, leather gloves, and a BB gun resembling a semi-automatic handgun on Grigg.
Yeah.
Grigg told police he was waiting for a ride at the school, which 2 of his family members attend. He said he ran because he knew he was carrying weapons on school property. He is being held without bond in the Cherokee County Adult Detention Center on charges of obstruction, carrying a concealed knife, and possessing weapons on school grounds.
Wow. You know, what's ironic about this, if you look at this guy, he had like leather on and long hair,
Yeah,
and
biker
creepy looking, like
goatee.
a biker guy. And he's going into an elementary school?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how the hell are you not going to be noticed, you stupid freaking moron?
Yeah.
And then you're carrying like a shitload of equipment in there. I don't know if these guys are looking to get caught or they're just plain stupid or both. I just don't get it. Knives and a BB gun, exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's called mental illness. I don't, you know, C-Flug, it's more than that. It's not only mental illness. You know, a lot of people like to blame the devil for everything that goes wrong, but meanwhile, no, don't blame him all the time. It's your fault too. You have something in it. I don't think it's all mental illness. I think it's called plain stupidity. Everybody wants to blame mental illness, my ass. It's just right, freaking stupid. They're just morons. And they're so moronic that it seems like it's mental illness, but it's not. This mental illness shit is ridiculous already. People are stupid.
Yeah.
People can be stupid.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very, very
Why
simple.
can't these guys be original? Public schools have done over and over, and they had a bad target because they've been drilled to train in that situation. Yeah. Exactly. You can't blame everything on mental illness.
No, you're just plain stupid. Okay,
It's just stupid. You're just a stupid freaking moron. Because as soon as you bring in mental illness right away, they get, oh, well, he's mentally ill. Poor baby. Oh, let's get a mental health now. Let's fry his ass. Let's do like they used to do in the old days. You know what they used to do? They used to take you and throw tar on you and light you up and light up the freaking streets on a pole.
Tar and feather you. Yeah.
That's what they did in the Roman Empire.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't mess around. Throw tar on you and light you up and then light up the frickin' streets like a torch. Give you something to do. You want to light up a place? We'll light your ass up and you can light our way. Especially here in frickin' Georgia when the streets are all so dark.
Because they don't
Can't
have
see shit.
Because they're too cheap to put in street lights and stuff. I mean, my goodness. Thank goodness my aunt had enough sense to get like a street light that like right at her driveway.
Yeah.
Where I live now. Everyone, you got to run like another 50 yards to find the closest street light after that. It just totally is. It's just it's practically pitch black in my neighborhood. You know, they need to put more illumination.
Well, I like what C-Flux says. He says, stupid freaking moron is a mental illness. Maybe you're right, C-Flux. But I think if people like to blame mental illness, they're just stupid. They're just moronic. I mean, I remember when I used to hear, brothers that were messing around and they go, oh, well, the devil made me do it. No, he didn't, you stupid freaking moron. You did it.
You did it.
You did it. Yeah. And then he says, oh, and the Roman Empire turned out so well.
The devil may have suggested it, but you actually thought, that may be a good idea.
Exactly.
You could have said
you
no.
Did it.
Yeah.
Like to blame the devil on everything. I'm not a devil's advocate here. I'm just saying, everybody likes to play, the devil made me do it. No, you moron.
Come
you
on.
did it.
Come on, even Flip Wilson don't even do that joke no more.
Leave that son of a bitch alone already. Anyway, he says, and the Roman Empire turned out so well. Of course, it became the Vatican. That's what they turned out to be.
Mm-hmm.
They went from doing that to pedophilia. And a lying pope who said that I'm too frail and I don't feel like this and that, and now you're finding out that the Pope had the Pope Emeritus or whatever he is, Benedict Arnold, all of a sudden it was something else. Meanwhile, he's telling the whole world is one thing, but in fact it was another. The hell is that all about? Nobody's making a beef about that. When the hell have you heard of a lying pope? Alright, well, history's littered with them. But that's beside the point.
Oh my goodness.
Gee, I guess you're going to blame mental illness for that one.
Blame game is a natural
Benedict
defense
Arnold?
for us to use the wall, Gaza. Oh.
The Roman Empire allowed slaves and commoners a chance to be the elite, and that is why they lasted long, and America did, till people found out that the American dream had been canceled. Yeah. Boy, that's a lot of shit that you said in one paragraph there, Lord of Likens.
Goodness. I got a wing dang doodle of a story for you right here.
Right. Go ahead, buddy.
This is, I guess you might say nationwide right here. Utah woman faked child's cancer to collect donations, police say. In Vernal, Utah, formal charges have been filed against a Vernal woman who police say made up a story about her 4-year-old daughter having cancer and solicited more than $3,000 from sympathetic donors.
Damn.
Abriel, not Abigail. Okay, Abriel Winkler, age 30, was charged
It's a typo.
2 days ago with one count of felony communications fraud, and is set to appear in court September the 9th. It's not clear whether she has an attorney and a call to a clothing boutique police say she owns went unanswered Wednesday. Verona police say they began investigating Winkler in July after multiple people complained that she duped them into donating. Says the girl's father told police he had no knowledge of any cancer treatments or any diagnosis of leukemia. Detective Sean Smith told the Deseret News the little girl herself believed she was sick. After receiving medical records for the girl and Winkler's 2 other children, detectives say they found no evidence of a leukemia diagnosis or anything similar. Winkler was arrested August 13th and has since posted bail.
Yeah. Well, this is all criminal. All right. Number one, it's criminal to fake that some kid gets cancer. God forbid the kid gets cancer now.
Mm-hmm.
Then you're gonna be like the boy who cried wolf. Nobody's gonna listen to you.
Yeah.
But what's even more criminal is the fact that the writer of that story didn't even spell the name right. Especially when you have frickin' spell check. It's not like come on. How come writers today in just about every frickin' newspaper have trouble spelling? They have all these typos going on left and right. Don't you have spell check on your computer? This isn't like the old days where you had a typewriter. And that's good. That's criminal. They dumbified and stupefied and
sometimes that irks me. Irks me. Why? I mean, I'm not a grammar Nazi like Ant is. As he's been told to be known. But that kind of irks me too, because I'm a writer myself. And plus 3rd grade spelling bee champion.
Yeah.
But that's neither here nor there. But yeah, sometimes that can get some word can be thought of as something else and it have a totally different meaning.
Well, let me just say this: right on television, there's this church group called the Church of Christ of blah 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 of Meacan, MEACAN. And you know what? Week after week after week, you would think that they would change that shit on television. Mm-hmm. Nobody's even noticed it.
Yeah.
I never heard of a town named Meacan.
Yeah.
All I know is that it's spelled Macon, MACON, not MEACON.
Yeah.
Yet they still haven't changed it. You see it on television or you see it in a newspaper. Typo. You know why? You know what that's a sign? It's called laziness. It's called you're too freaking lazy to
spell check.
Yeah. I mean, all it is a freaking button. Go to it. Spell check it. They won't even do that.
Go figure, man.
Lazy
Go figure.
freaking writer, because everybody wants to be a writer. Everybody wants to be a star. But meanwhile, nobody has any more talent anymore. We're like a bunch of freaking monkeys all running around imitating things.
Mm-hmm.
Monkey see, monkey do.
Or illiterate monkey see, illiterate
Yeah.
monkey do.
Ridiculous.
Well, as of
Exactly.
Mrs. Winkler's ex-husband, Derek Winkler, now has custody of the girl now, as of for the update
Yeah.
about the Utah woman. But I
Yeah.
do have some before we finish this hour. I do have one story.
Are we already there? Jeez.
Yeah, it's 8:50. Yeah, it's actually 8:56.
Good morning, Lady K.
8:56 a.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time in Macon, Georgia. It's 73 degrees right now. I just want to let everyone know, at least those in the Middle Georgia surrounding areas, that there's going to be some closings on I-75 lanes. And this is from the Georgia Department of Transportation.
Why are they closing?
Well, it says, I guess maybe construction. It says this upcoming weekend, plan for delays if you're going to be driving on I-75 through the Arkwright Road area. The Georgia Department of Transportation, GDOT, says that traffic will be reduced to a single lane through the construction area on both northbound and southbound lanes near exit 169, which is in Arkwright Road. That's where the key of Macon, the card place in
Like the busiest place
the
in
Marriott,
Macon.
Marriott Inn, and also the Italian restaurant Carrabba's in that area. Yeah. That's going to be closed, well, at least that's going to be really packed in.
Packed.
Well, you know, I'll be honest with you, that intersection is fucked up.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they've been
Coming down,
repairing it for
I'm coming
ages.
down Tom Hill once, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right, and you know, when I come up to Riverside, I usually put my signal on to go right, but I'm in the next lane over because I'm going to get on 75.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I bumped my signal to go left by accident and then bumped back to go right. I get on 75, and that cop pulls me over because I bumped my signal. Well, you bumped your signal, so I'll just check it out, making sure you're not doing any drugs or drinking or.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
The point I'm making is that intersection and Pierce Avenue, that's fucked up too.
Yeah, Lord, I'm going to bring that up because I have a story behind that story that I think is going to be a wing-dang doodle of whatever you call it.
Yeah.
Well,
the construction is going to be reduced to a single lane through northbound and southbound lanes near exit 169. The closure will start at 7 a.m. Saturday morning on August 24th and will continue until 5 a.m. Sunday morning, August 25th.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I hope they don't do it the following weekend.
Yeah.
That's the way.
Oh yeah, that is true. That's why I guess it's probably why they do.
Everybody goes into labor.
Yeah, that's why I guess they're doing it this weekend because Labor Day.
Mm-hmm. Get that beer.
C4 is saying, why is the speed limit through the construction zone not lowered?
Not lowered?
Yeah.
Oh no, that's strange because they usually have that little machine where you see how fast you're going.
Well, sometimes they will lower it, but they also will have a sign that says no speeding.
Mm-hmm.
I also found out something else in Georgia here, that if you go like only a few miles over the speed limit, you look more suspicious than going 10 miles over the speed limit.
Now,
that's true. He's absolutely right. They can actually stop you if you're going slow on the highway for whatever reason.
Well, yeah. No, I'm talking.
So if you're going like saying 58.
Say it's 55 and you're doing like 56, 57, 58. They're more apt to pull you over than if you're doing 65, 7.
So how is that? I mean, so people just stop counting now?
Counting?
Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
the minimum
like counting.
speed on the freeway is 40
numbers.
miles. That's
Like so, 57, 58. You're trying to, at least you're within the speed limit, but they still gonna stop you compared to if you were doing like 70 and 55.
You look suspicious.
Oh, but those spinning wheels, that's not gonna make you be suspicious.
Spinning wheels.
All I gotta tell you, just keep a dozen donuts on hand and you'll be fine.
Okay.
Slow drivers can cause more accidents than speeders. There you go. Rudy Ford. Thank you, Rudy. I think we're going to break. It's 9 o'clock. We're going to come back. We're going to talk about what Lord of Light can send me. Because I have a personal experience with that whole, what they call conversion therapy. And we'll talk about that when we come back.
Yes, 72 degrees outside of Macon, Georgia. And with a high of 89 and a low of 71. This is the Morning Roast, live from the doghouse. We'll be back.
She is working it. Time for your shot of the morning. This is Grandma, and she's busting a move, showing all of us. The 83-year-old woman caught on camera dancing behind the stage at a rock concert in Seattle. And at one point during her dance, she even attempted some push-ups here.
Wow! Yeah.
That's really her?
Yeah. I think so.
Wow.
I feel better if she bent her arms. Yeah.
Why is that, Brian?
I'm not sure. Right. So we call those push-ups.
Yeah, missionary push-ups.
Well, congratulations. She's in good shape. And she's got the beat.
Yeah. She's got the beat.
I don't mind if Anna's a better dancer than me, or an 83-year-old's a better dancer than me. That really hurts.
More breaking news, this time out of Baldwin County, where last hour's deputies revealed the arrest of a man who allegedly threatened a bank teller for his overdrawn account. Deputies say Charlie Brinkley entered the Exchange Bank yesterday morning and demanded $1,000 after being told his account was overdrawn. When the teller said no, Brinkley reportedly threatened to shoot her. Officers arrested Brinkley later at a traffic stop on one count of making terroristic threats. No word as to whether Brinkley was actually armed at the time of his arrest.
I thought it was a candid camera joke. I really did.
Instead of a joke, what John Coulter says he and his 15-year-old son experienced inside the University of Phoenix Stadium last Saturday was more like a nightmare.
So we just watched the opening kickoff, and I wanted to take a quick picture.
But the season ticket holder had a beer in his hand, so he asked his son for help.
I literally handed my son my cup and said, "Hold my cup." I reached into my pocket, grabbed my cell phone, put it on the camera mode, took a picture.
Seconds later, Coulter says two undercover officers with the Arizona Department of Liquor License and Control approached him.
What you did was illegal, and I could have you arrested for it.
Coulter says he tried to explain the situation, but in the end, the officers took their IDs and escorted him and his son out of the stadium, handing them a trespassing citation.
I normally would support a story. I would support the police if I heard a story like this. However, in this case, I was standing right there, and I witnessed abuse and overzealous pursuing of the situation. I mean, it was totally uncalled for.
But state officials who are trying to crack down on underage drinking say Coulter is lucky he was able to walk away from the situation.
Providing alcohol to an underage person or an underage person in possession of alcohol is a Class 1 misdemeanor, which the consequences could be up to, and this is a maximum of 2 years in jail, $2,500 fine, and 3 years probation.
And walk with close to $150. On a great night, a little over $200.
Good food, good drinks, good service. So at the end, you leave a good tip, right?
I don't want anyone to feel pressured to tip me more than they're comfortable with. So I absolutely kind of drop the check and kind of take off.
But according to a new Wall Street Journal article, some restaurants are opting to take the tip off the table, making theirs a tip-free establishment. Instead, they're choosing to bump the menu prices by as much as 15%, so waiters and waitresses would walk away with higher hourly pay rather than working for tips.
So far, the idea has just caught on in a few restaurants in New York and Chicago. None here just yet, but with Atlanta being home to so many great spots, we had to ask, could it catch on here?
It depends on the establishment. I think for higher end restaurants, it's a good idea. For middle to lower end restaurants, I don't think it'll work as well. For lower end restaurants, I believe it's going to stand out more because your prices are going to raise more.
For waitresses like Caitlin, it would be a gamble.
I know people who have worked at restaurants where you're leaving with closer to $400 a night. And
the worst thing about having an alligator as a roommate is that it just never gets out of the tub, And also, it's illegal. Hey, I'm Jillian on Buzz 60. Haven't we learned that keeping wild animals in your home never ends well? I guess not, because Florida man Sean Lewis is under arrest after his own mother called 911 on him, saying he was keeping a baby alligator in her bathtub. Here's part of the 911 call.
And what do you think about an alligator? He got a baby alligator in my bathtub, and I asked him to take him out. He's going to take him out.
Yeah, the 911 call is about 6 minutes of that, so let me break it down for you. According to the arrest report, the alligator was dropped off by a friend who was supposed to come back and pick it up. In the meantime, authorities say Lewis set up an aquarium for the reptile with a cinder block serving as a little island and a light bulb as the sun. Unfortunately, the friend never returned, and the alligator has been living in Lewis's mom's bathtub ever since.
An English woman dislocated her jaw trying to cram a very large cheeseburger into her mouth. If she were American, there would already be a statue of her. Hey guys, I'm Patch Jones for Buzz 60. It happened at a burger joint called Almost Famous in Liverpool. BBC 5 tweeted an example of the triple patty Kids in America burger that Nicola Pete was trying to send down her gullet by unhinging her jaw like a snake. Maybe snakes got it right. They're able to unhinge their jaws to suck down things bigger than their mouths, like eggs or John Voight in Anaconda. Something's gotta give because cheeseburgers aren't getting any smaller. Pete's okay and seems to be handling all the attention with a sense of humor. So is the Almost Famous restaurant, which jokingly thanked Pete on Twitter for hurting herself to get the restaurant some press. The best part is Pete says the jaw injury isn't going to keep her from the unfinished business of trying to wrestle down another burger at Almost Famous. If I were a royal, that tweet alone would get her knighted. Buzz 60, now you know, pass it on.
Now you know.
Yes, we definitely know.
Oh boy.
That was some crazy stuff going on. And we're back into the second hour of the Morning Roast, live from the doghouse with Irv, Ed, and DB.
You won't see that shit on Mix in the Morning.
No, we sure ain't gonna see
We're
that.
talking about Alabama. Roll Tide, Roll Tide.
Yeah. Oh, well.
It's 72 and unbelievably sunny for right now. I'm still...
Don't.
Yeah.
Don't jinx us.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know it's gonna rain anyway.
Yeah, it's gonna. It's just fooling. So I'm just fooling. I'm just playing possum till the cloud gang comes back. You know.
Yeah.
The cumulus cloud crypts. You know.
It was beautiful yesterday, and then by the time evening came, it was downpouring and thunder and the whole 9 yards.
Mm-hmm.
The weather here is crazy.
God was bowling.
And then the other thing was, it wasn't a week ago. So help me, on this side of the window was perfect sunny, and right outside this window was rainy. I don't know if you've ever experienced that, but...
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Florida.
Yeah. In a car, when I drive, I mean, you drive right into a rainstorm. It's like a wall of water, literally running into it.
Oh, yeah.
But to see it from one window to the other, I mean, I'm sitting in one window and watching it rain on this side, and on that side, it's sunny.
There's your radar for today.
Yeah.
I remember one time I was on my way to work. It was really bad. It was Azachak. Who's this?
Yeah.
Derek, is it true you want to be called Chelsea from now on?
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to stop smoking that stuff early in the morning.
Yeah, right.
But, you know, it's just, I remember one time I was on my way to work and it was some bad rain going on. It felt like a wall of water just came out of nowhere and just blew my hat off. And I was just trying to get in. It was like pushing me back. I thought it was like the end of the world or something like that, like the Great Rapture or something. And I was like, you know, there was some people.
I'm coming by, Lizzie.
Yeah. Hey, somebody. I was like trying to get to the door and stuff, and I thought it was gonna be literally washed away. Like, thank goodness the sports guy was able to, and the weather guy was able to like drag me into the building.
By the way, this guy Chaz just got on, and all of a sudden he's being an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
Can you at least endear yourself to us before you become the big asshole that you are?
Yes, let us.
Yes,
grow.
You're trying to get attention. You're another one that's gonna blow up a freaking building.
Yes, grow. Yeah, let's give some time to grow on us.
Well,
You know, like.
what?
like a boil or
Yeah,
fungus.
let's just ban that asshole for a little bit, or at least
It's like a pimple on a nutsack.
let's mute him. I don't.
You
like
got a
Cuba.
pimple there, man. You definitely.
I really don't.
Definitely
like
need to get a better soap or something.
Bye, Three Bears. Have a good time.
Take care,
Get
Three
some
Bears.
sleep, baby.
Speaking of which,
what is the origin of your hat? It's a freaking cap. First of all, it's not a hat. It's known as a cap.
Look at the tag. Where's it made?
Yeah.
China?
I don't know.
Taiwan?
Who cares? It's a freaking hat. It's a cap.
Well, yeah, mine is made in China.
That's known as a cap. That's known as a cap. A hat is a hat, like a fedora. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and who wore that style? Who knows?
Golfers, I guess.
Yeah, he is being an ass Chaz.
Shoe shiners.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can do it somewhere else. Not
Well,
move for somebody's shit right
but what
now,
about
especially
that-
he just got on.
What about that old lady that was doing her little groove thing at the bus station, train station? Was that
Yeah.
the old lady, the grandma in the video? Was that a hoot or what?
That was at a concert.
A concert?
Did you see the band playing? She was standing in front of the stage.
Oh, the stage. Okay, I thought she was.
You was checking out the old lady. What you was doing.
Did Lord of Lycans leave? Well, if he did, well, guess what? I'm not going to do the story. I was doing it for him, but now that he's gone, goodbye.
That was
we'll
a
go to something else.
What was that crazy tweet about the guy picture he showed? He had a picture with his son. I mean, who was, I guess, he was under 21.
Yeah, he was going to take a picture. He asked his son to hold the beer for him while he went to take the picture, and the police came and charged him because the minor was holding the beer. You know?
By the way, I agree, Coffee Guy. I hope that I have that energy.
So
I
do
even have
I.
that energy
So do I.
now.
They said, said how they said she was 83 years old. She was in her 80s.
Getting down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Definitely. Boy, I tell you, tweets and Instagram, they get you in trouble more and more. Speaking of which, there's a story about.
Speaking about my ex, which.
No, tweet. Actually,
Yeah,
Dr.
which?
Phil deletes a controversial tweet.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess.
Yes, a TV self-help guru, Dr. Phil, was catching a lot of grief on social media a few days back after he tweeted and quickly deleted a question to his 1.2 million followers. On Tuesday morning this week, Dr. Phil came under fire for writing, "If a girl is drunk, is it okay to have sex with her? Reply yes or no to @Dr. Phil, #teens accused."
Dr. Phil, yeah.
Yeah.
Like to feel good.
Yes, a show rep told BuzzFeed that the tweet, quote-unquote, was intended to evoke discussion leading to a very serious show topic. It was not intended to be taken lightly. It was based upon a recent news story, hence the #TeensAccused label. In the meantime, it's a reminder for all the celebrity detweeters who have come before him. There's a bunch of them. Some of them, Justin Bieber shared and deleted a photo of himself with Selena Gomez at a time when they were said to have broken up. Oprah Winfrey had to apologize for a plea to fans last year. She says, "Everyone who can please turn to own, especially if you have a Nielsen box." Winfrey wrote on Twitter just after 9 p.m. on Sunday, just as a new episode of her interview show, Oprah's Next Chapter, began. She later deleted it and apologized after Nielsen told her that she had broken the rules. "I apologize." Yes. And newsroom star Allison Pill accidentally tweeted a photo of her bare chest last year to her 13,500 followers. She deleted it, but also gamely copped to it, saying, "Yep, that picture happened, yep. Ugh, my tech issues have now reached new heights," apparently.
Yeah.
Basically. And we all know about Geraldo Rivera tweeted a shirtless self-picture of himself last month, and then he changed his mind and deleted that. Thank goodness.
Why does he walk off his show with his wife in his hand? What's he trying to do? What's he
To
trying
my
to
Dr.
prove?
Phil?
Yeah, Dr. Phil.
Well, he's trying to show that he loves his wife, you know.
Why can't you just do that? Why do you have to show it off? Here's another guy. Why do you have to let everybody know? Why can't you just do it?
He's an attention whore.
Yeah, he is
It's
an
daytime.
attention whore.
Look, Eric, he's on daytime TV. Unless your name happens to be Bob Barker, Alex Trebek, Victor Newman from The Young and the Restless, Victor Kiriakis from Days of Our Lives, Sonny Corinthos from General House.
All these names I have no clue
unless you're
they
a game show host or a talk show host or a soap punk, if you're a dude, you're the lowest form of life on daytime TV. Period. Point blank.
Your buddy's back, Lord of Light.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord of Likens is back. All right. Well, I'm gonna.
So there you go.
I'm gonna talk about the story. Speaking of Dr. Phil, we're gonna become like Dr. Phil's this morning.
Okay.
Okay, and serious, folks. This is a very serious issue. Serious enough that New Jersey Republican Governor Chris Christie has banned it. That's how serious that is. This guy ought to be banning fast food joints in his place. But besides the point. Yeah. You ought to be converting into thinking thin. But hey, he's more worried about trying to convert people who are predisposition to having same-sex attraction. So here we go. New Jersey Republican Governor Chris Christie on Monday signed into law a measure to prevent therapists from counseling gay and lesbian youth to change their sexual orientation, making his the second U.S. state to ban so-called conversion therapy. The state Senate approved the measure in June, putting it on the desk of Christie, who is seeking re-election this fall and is also widely considered as a White House contender for the Republican Party in 2016. Citing medical and psychiatric research that sexual orientation is determined at birth, the law bans state licensed counselors, therapists, and social workers from practicing a method of talk therapy that opponents have said is deeply damaging to the self-esteem and identity of gay youth. Christie said he was signing the legislation based on research that found efforts to change sexual orientation can pose critical health risks, including but not limited to depression, substance abuse, social withdrawal, decreased esteem, and suicidal thoughts. But he said he still has concerns about government limiting parental choice on the care and treatment of their own children. Former New Jersey Governor Jim McGreevey, who stepped down from office in 2004 as a gay scandal, praised the measure, saying it is based on sound psychiatric research. Governor Christie should really be applauded, McGreevey told Reuters. Whenever a governor of this stature signs a bill like this, it sends a message not just to the nation, but to the individual child that you are normal and that God has made you. New Jersey becomes the second state in California to outlaw conversion therapy for people under age 18. However, the California measure has yet to take effect because of the lawsuit challenging its constitutionality. Opponents of the New Jersey law promise a legal fight as well. Tom Tomicki of the League of American Families said both the New Jersey and California laws infringe on a parent's right to decide the best treatment for his or her child. Troy Stevenson, Executive Director, Garden State Equality and Gay Rights Group, and leading proponent of the measure, said there were more moves to ban the practice in Massachusetts and New York. There is a huge push to ban this kind of abuse nationally, Stevenson added. Conversion therapy has become increasingly controversial. In June, California-based Exodus International, a Christian group championing it, apologized for the harm it caused and said it was shutting its doors after 38 years. All right, folks, guess what? I went to the Exodus International Christian conversion therapy group back in 2010. And I spent a week in Chicago, Illinois, for a week. And
when January, February?
Yeah, it was somewhere. Actually, it was in August. Somewhere in August, September.
Okay.
Of 2010. And the reason why I went is because, being a Christian now for 20 some odd years, I always found it to be, a problem for me personally. The very thing that they're talking about, trying to stop them and converting them to be heterosexual could damage them. I, in fact, was on the other side, feeling never suicidal, but definitely feeling depressed and anguish over the fact that I have this, what I feel is this condition. And believe it or not, I found the conversion therapy to actually be helpful. But that's me. And the irony is that they're now stopping it, and the very same group to which I would spend a weekend is now apologizing to people. I don't think that it was such a bad idea. I think it helps some to maybe make a better choice, or maybe make a choice. I don't know. I still think that part of being gay could be choice as well. I mean, it's the only desire that we could stay away from. You can't have a desire like food go away. You have to eat. Mm-hmm. You can't have a desire, like a heavy desire, like sleeping, go away. You're going to need sleep. But when it comes to sex, you can't stay away from it. So I just, but that is my own personal opinion on this. And again, I don't want every homosexual and C-Flug, please hold back, from being insulting to those who may be on who are homosexual. But what I'm saying is, for me personally, I stay away from it. And I chose that because, to me, it doesn't personally make me happy. Mm-hmm. I feel miserable. But that's my opinion. And that's it. And you're right, yes, I agree. It is something that a person could be born with. But then there are some that that could not be, that they decide they want to have that life because they can't find a girl and they get lonely and they...
or if a girl can't find a guy...
Or the girl can't find a guy.
Which is kind of that kind of like that's when people lose the credibility, whether or not people start questioning whether it is biological or not. Yeah. I mean, everyone is gonna go through rejection, but come on, but to use that as that's when people start questioning it. If that was the case, man, the whole planet would be gay.
Well, maybe I am crazy, real point. So the thing is, I remember going back till I was a little kid and I felt the same way. I'm just saying, for me personally. I never felt comfortable with it. And when I went to this conversion therapy, it really helped me to at least get a grip on, having what they call self-control. And, trying to at least say, you know what, this isn't something that's ever given me any kind of like real good results anyway. And so why would I want to continue something that's never given me anything other than just heartache and heartbreak and all the shit? I never was happy, So I don't know. Who knows?
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. real pawns. Yeah, that does happen. Don't say no one says, I have no girlfriend, let me go suck a dick. Yeah, it does happen. It does happen. Remember, don't forget, people are stupid, and people make choices that are even worse than that. So, I'm just saying. And again, I'm not saying that, you see, Plastic understands what I'm saying. Thank you, God, for Plastic Cam. Love that girl. I'm not saying that it's wrong or that it's not a choice or that it's a choice. I'm not saying that. I'm saying personally for me, I found some answers to my dilemma that I felt that I was never comfortable with to begin with. That's it. That's all I'm saying. And I felt that although Exodus is now apologizing to the world, no need to apologize to me. Actually, they really helped me out a lot. They really helped me get closer to God than more than I've ever been in my life. I felt much closer. You know? Yeah, exactly. Is this real? You know? Yeah, whatever. Whom would make a choice to be oppressed? Tolerance is the last virtue of dying society. There you go. Who would make a choice to be oppressed? Exactly. Or feel oppressed. Explain prison homosexuality. People can't be driven to have sex with people of their own gender. There you go. There's a perfect example. That's a choice too, because they ain't got no other choice, right? They want to bang something, and men are just like that. Men are like screwing animals. They'll screw a freaking. I've had.
Well, what about the woman that was screwing a horse? Remember that?
Yeah, women too. But what I'm saying is that men especially, okay?
Oh, of course,
men especially. Listen, when I was dealing with these kids in Queens, they were incarceration alternative. These kids were banging their freaking stuffed animals. We had to ban any stuffed animals or stuffed dolls or anything from coming in, because the kids were making a hole in it and putting in a rubber glove or some kind of a plastic glove inside a hole and banging that shit. I mean, that's the way it is. Men are nuts. Sorry, there are people. I mean, look what happened the other day. The guy's banging a dog, banging chickens, banging horses. Bang, bang, bang. The Big Bang.
Chickens.
It's ridiculous. I mean,
I want to know what company is. I hope somebody euthanizes
the type of reproduction is strong.
I hope they euthanize those chickens, because I don't want to go to freaking KFC or Zaxby's or something.
Yeah, you gotta always ask, what's that special sauce they're putting on that shit?
I made this special sauce. Remember Eddie Murphy?
You know.
He's in a Chinese restaurant, and the waiter's always staring at you, and he's making fun of him, and he goes, you're making fun of me, I'm making a special sauce. I made a special one time.
Yeah.
Look at Real Man Fonzie, puts the little guy like in the pants down. I love you, Real Man. That's
oh
funny.
My goodness.
And then Plastic Guy said, yum, dude, you making me hungry. I love my freaking audience. I love my people. My people. Guys. Yeah, I'll bang all of you. Oh, well. I have a brother and a sister that are gay. They always have been gay. They didn't convert like a religious. All right, well, Like
I may have to eat some fish today. I don't know about this chicken.
They made a choice early on. How's that? Real Man, do you realize sex is on a basic need for stable life? Of course. That's what I'm saying. It's just like sleeping and eating, except that you cannot not sleep and you cannot not eat. But you cannot not have sex.
Oh, yeah. Just...
All right, so you get blue balls and, you have that sperm developing, you get a humpback. But that's besides the point.
I had a friend I used to work with, and he's Puerto Rican.
Mm-hmm.
Are you Puerto Rican? Are you Puerto Rican?
Oh, come on, Ed. Why would you ask an obvious question?
No,
you live with me. You know I'm Puerto Rican.
I don't know, man. Hey. But he told me they fuck chickens over there. The kids.
Where?
in Puerto Rico.
No, they don't.
We need
That's a bad Jewish joke. How's that?
Ain't no Jewish joke.
Yes, it is.
No, it ain't.
Nobody said Puerto Ricans. Stupid.
Only they fucked chickens when they were kids.
I heard the Jews are the ones that do it. That's why they got circumcised, so they wouldn't get caught up in the feathers.
What's the word?
How's
What's
that?
Jew got to do with it, Irv? Why you gotta throw the Jew part in there?
Because you're throwing the Puerto Rican, so take it.
But I'm telling the truth.
Take it or leave it. No, you're not.
I'm telling the truth.
You're
But
telling
of
a
all
lie.
but I don't even know why we having this conversation.
I'm not saying you're a chicken fucker.
But of all the animals, chickens. I mean, what about?
Well, you know how syphilis got started, don't you?
Yeah,
well, through sheep, right?
Yeah, men fucking sheep.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. This show gives me cravings for ultra tasty junk food. Wow. What are you gonna do?
I may have to just eat. I'm just gonna have some vegetable soup, man. Forget chicken and fish.
How about a seafood platter?
Let me say, Vorp, the sex act doesn't make them gay. It is attracted to the same sex and interest. Being twins doesn't make you sexuality the same. That's true. And I'm sure they do in Colombia. Who the hell knows? Anyway, let's move on. This is getting about as low as you can go.
Yeah, how low can you go? How low can you go?
It's lower than the Democratic Party here charging $50 for a debate.
Yeah. Well, what about this here? Do you think? And speaking of going low, what about this right here? Bibb Commission uses SPLOST to improve tennis courts and rec centers. The Bibb County Commissioners are discussing sports, tennis to be exact.
Yeah.
The commission gave the green light to give John Drew Tennis Center as well as Tatnall Square Park a facelift. All the tennis courts will be replaced, plus a new 2-story pro shop will be added. SPLOST funds are paying for the improvements. Executive Director of Parks and Rec, Doc Daugherty, says tennis brings a lot to the table here in Central Georgia. Daugherty says that brand new security systems will be installed at the Freedom Park and at East Macon Rec Centers. Bibb Commissioner Joe Allen says the overall objective is to give local kids and residents a place to go. Wow. Well, I wish they would have done that in Oklahoma City with those guys. They would have done something. Say, I'm bored. I feel like kid. Like, come on, man. That's what you got an Xbox for, right? Come on.
That's true. That's true.
And people stop, like teens just stop playing video games and eating junk food. I mean, come on. That's got to be a Burger King or a Wendy's someplace. I mean,
let me just say this. In this town, I was watching this bullshit piece of crap 4-man debate yesterday. And this guy, Charlie Bishop, if that guy becomes mayor, we're even more screwed than we are now. And anyway, they talked about recreation for the kids. What are we going to do about recreation? You know what he said?
What?
Oh, we have enough recreation. Let's get real.
I don't think we have enough. There's a whole bunch of obese kids running around. They need plenty.
Exactly. And you know who hit that point? Of all the people who hit that point, and I was surprised, was Mayor Rickett himself.
Oh, okay.
And I said, well,
true.
I'm surprised. I mean, it was a very intelligent thing to say. We have an obesity problem, and we have an obesity problem with elderly as well, where they need to go somewhere and get a little exercise and all that. But meanwhile, this guy, Charlie Bishop, wants to shove every frickin' body in jail. That's all. That's the only thing that he talks about is crime and all right, crime is out of control here somewhat, but I mean, just shoving people in jails ain't gonna do it either, you stupid moron. You gotta come up with ideas for people to get involved. This place you got, you get all dressed up with no place to go. Right?
Right.
It happens all the time. I mean, you and I went downtown one day. We couldn't find a frickin' restaurant. Everything was closed.
Yeah, the Barefoot Tavern. I've only been there one time, and that was at night because it happened to be the only one time it was actually open. It's just not open during the day unless a specific time is like one day is open like from 11 a.m. to something, and then another day is like just closed and doesn't open again until like 4 in the afternoon.
It reminds me of that other stupid Central Park pizza guy that went out of business. Now they got Doughboy, which is pretty good.
Yeah, very good.
But that guy was opened up for a bunch of drunk scumbags that would come out at 4 o'clock in the morning and with munchies want to eat pizza. This is all he ever did. He opened up on the weekend and late at night. I mean, how do you sell pizza? All right, he made a lot of money during that time. It's true.
That's a wing day.
But meanwhile, every day this place was closed. If you wanted to have pizza for lunch, forget about it. You had to have pizza as a munchie. After you smoke your dope or drink yourself into a drunken stupor, and then you go there and you eat and you go home and vomit it all up. I mean, this is all they ever did. And it's the same thing with Barefoot Tavern. They open up so late. I mean, what's the purpose of having a restaurant and a business if you're not going to be open?
Yeah. Diaz Photo Guy, what time when you said you had 39-cent wings at Barefoot, this was like last night? Yeah, I got some last night. The wings, right? Anyway. What time? I just want... Because you know they got some...
39 cents a piece. I've had
Because you know they got some crazy... Okay, they're at 9 o'clock. Okay, so
and
at least we know where they open at 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
Okay, because sometimes they open at 11 a.m., sometimes at 5 p.m.
They don't know when they open. The place is for lunch.
Like that little store, convenience store over there. Sometimes they're open, sometimes they're not. The barber, sometimes he's there, sometimes he's not. That store there. What the fuck is it with making? Can't people run a business and keep it open at certain hours?
Yeah, sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. You know.
There you go. And
you got chickens on the brain, shoot.
Actually, Coffee Guy, you're absolutely right. Their businesses do cater to party crowds. That's all they do.
Wait.
Or party crows.
You didn't even see it.
Man, he says herb, no herb. You can vomit at the restaurant, so you can eat after. Yeah.
Vomitoriums.
Yeah, didn't they used to have that in ancient Rome?
Yeah, they eat like a motherfucker and then they go puke in the vomitorium. You gotta tell that story though. You find it?
Oh yeah, I definitely found it.
By the way, Rocco, I didn't get run out of Brooklyn, so don't peddle this stupid. Don't try to be funny with a bunch of freaking lies. I hate guys that lie so blatantly. Like, you don't know why I left Brooklyn. Stupid. People that say, "What are you, Puerto Rican?" and live with me. I mean, why would you ask that question? The obvious.
I don't know, man.
Because you were setting up what
I don't pay attention.
Yeah, you're Mexican. Ed, come on, give me a break.
Thanks, Ed. This is a story. I was going to sideway to some other sports-related news after we talked about the Splosh thing, but I'll go ahead. This will be a nice little break release for right now. And it says here some breaking news. I guess you read my mind. Bradley Manning wants to live a life as a woman and be known as Chelsea.
Get out of here.
You heard it first.
Are you serious?
You won't find this shit on Myth in the morning.
No, we don't. He wants to be a woman, be known as Chelsea.
Oh my God.
Chelsea lately?
Chelsea lately? Yeah.
She's just as ugly as Chelsea Clinton now. That's scary.
Yes. As we know, the U.S. Army soldier Bradley Manning sentenced this week to 35 years in prison for leaking 750,000 pages of classified documents to the anti-secrecy group WikiLeaks said earlier today in a statement, read in NBC's Today Show, that he will seek hormone therapy and live life as a female named Chelsea.
Behind bars.
Yes. Go figure. As a transition into this next phase of my life, I want everyone to know the real me. Possibly.
God, continue with that voice. I love it.
As a transition into this next phase of my life, I want everyone to know the real me, Manning said in a statement. I am Chelsea Manning. I am a female, given the way that I feel and have felt since childhood. Oh, you got the video?
The just sentenced Private Bradley Manning now says she is a female. He is a female, and he wants to live his life as a woman named Chelsea Manning. He's going to spend the next 35 years of that life in a military prison for leaking classified documents. The announcement about his gender comes just a day after that sentence was handed down. This is obviously news and an odd twist in this story. So let's go live to the Pentagon. CNN's Chris Lawrence standing by with this development and trying to make sense of what it all means in this saga. Chris, what do we know? How did we figure this out?
Yeah, well, basically, Chris, this has been hinted at for a long time. It was even introduced into evidence in court as part of his defense. Several psychologists came forward and testified that they had diagnosed Bradley Manning with gender identity disorder or gender dysphoria, basically saying that he was in the process of wanting to transition to a woman, and that wasn't something you can do in the Army, especially deployed to Iraq. Now he seems to be coming all the way out and saying, I want to begin hormone therapy as soon as possible. I want everyone to refer to me as Chelsea Manning, not Bradley Manning. The problem with that is he's going to Fort Leavenworth, which has, there's no provision in the military prisons to undergo sex hormone therapy, much less a sex change operation. And so he's going to have some tough sledding there, although it is possible at some point he could petition to be transferred to federal prison. And in that case, there is precedent where the federal courts have said that sex reassignment surgery is something that prisoners can get and have the state pay for it as well.
All right, so I'll ask you about the fact that the government will pay for hormone treatment or sex therapy in a second, but just to be clear, that split screen that we have of Bradley Manning in the other picture, that's him too, right? That's him as Chelsea.
That's right, and that was a picture that got introduced in evidence, basically him living as a woman in a wig and makeup and saying, this is who he sees himself as.
Okay,
Chris.
That's the confusion here, Chris, is that not that somebody makes this kind of decision in that life. We're getting more and more comfortable with hearing these stories all the time, but that we hadn't really heard about it here. You're saying it was hinted at as a defense, meaning it wasn't, I thought this was the best interest of the public, I thought that this was information that needed to get out. It was that I was under some type of duress or some type of emotional disturbance?
That's right. It was part of the defense. It was his defense team saying this was a troubled young man who had some psychological issues that the Army was not prepared to deal with or did not deal with while he was over there deployed in Iraq, and that the Army missed a lot of these signs and swept some of this under the rug. But again, going to Fort Leavenworth, there's just no provision right now for the military prisons to deal with this. So that is going to be an interesting question going forward, is does he get transferred at some point to a prison that can accommodate this?
Jesus, what is that, a fart can?
Yeah, once again.
How about that?
Yeah, how about that?
Yeah, this is a very...
That thing hit me with Bubba.
Mm-hmm. Hey, babe.
Yeah, you know, it's funny. I say something, and then somebody comes back and says, so you're saying, didn't I just finish saying that I hate people that ask the obvious?
It's called asking a rhetorical question.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
basically asking a question that you already know the answer to.
Exactly. So don't ask the question, all right?
Don't ask rhetorical
questions.
questions. Don't ask rhetorical questions.
Somebody asked you a question I missed?
Yeah.
I was asking Coffee Guy. Well, actually, I was asking the
NSA's reading this song.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm like, by the way, what type of side dish do you like on your seafood platter? Coleslaw, mashed potatoes, or corn on the cob? Because this is a really fishy story right here.
Yeah, it is.
Well, you know, there's some amazing things you can do with a corn on the cob.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, corn on the cob.
Especially in prison.
Yeah. I'll have some coleslaw. That's okay.
Cornholio.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway. Yeah, well, anyway, we're going to move on.
Well, I had some,
Well, actually, finish up the story with Manning. Kind of interesting.
Well, yeah, we already finished because we had the video.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was going sideways since we talked about Sploss's use for the tennis courts and recreation.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to go into the sports and stuff. Atlanta Braves outfielder Jason Hayward sustained 2 jaw fractures after he was struck by a 90-mile-per-hour pitch yesterday. He's going to undergo surgery on Thursday, later today. The Braves said that Hayward's jaw has been stabilized. He was returned to Atlanta on Wednesday night in the advance of the operation. As I said, he was beaten by a 90-mile-per-hour fastball from New York Mets left-handed pitcher Jonathan Neese in the 6th innings of the Braves 4-1 10-inning win game on Wednesday night, last night.
This is Alex Rodriguez, right?
No.
This is another
New York Mets. This is Mets. The Mets are playing.
Yeah,
the
because
Braves.
they had the Alex Rodriguez incident, and I wanted to discuss that.
Oh, okay. You could talk about it. But I was just saying, Hayward, he has a broken jaw. He's going to be out for 6 weeks.
Wow.
So
he got hit with a pitch.
Yeah, 90-mile-per-hour fastball.
Yeah,
right
bumped off his helmet. Off his helmet.
Didn't they say they wanted to create some kind of a mask for baseball players?
Yeah. Now, those definitely
something to cover the throat and jaw or some shit.
You remember in 42, Jack Robinson got beamed by a ball too. And they didn't have any helmets in. That's why they have helmets now, because people were intentionally beating people.
Well, it happened just the other day. It was a pitcher from, I believe it was the Yankees were playing the Red Sox. He's a Red Sox guy.
Okay.
He threw a pitch in retaliation to A-Rod taking drugs or some shit. And he got like a 5-day suspension and like a $2,500 fine. You heard about that?
Oh, no, I haven't heard about that one.
Yeah. And meanwhile, the argument is, how come, and now, by the way, they're negotiating with A-Rod saying that, they're giving him an alternative now, 150 game, as opposed to 211 game. And, they're trying to work this shit out with this performance-enhancing drugs.
With A-Rod, yeah, okay.
But the question is that why a guy can get away with beating somebody and only get 5 days, out of being like a what do you call it, a vigilante?
Yeah, vigilante.
Trying to be,
trying to get revenge on the opposite team.
Yeah, you're an asshole. Why would you? Why are you so vicious? You're trying to hurt somebody is better than somebody that's trying to hurt himself by taking performance-enhancing drugs. Alex Rodriguez isn't hurting anybody but himself, and of course the game of baseball. But he's really more hurting himself. But this guy thinks that it's okay for you to hurt somebody, throwing a 90-mile-an-hour baseball at somebody is somehow supposed to justify. Here you go, I'm going to throw this at you for being such a bad guy. It's like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
And all he gets is 5 days. He should get just as much as A-Rod.
Yeah, you got a point. You definitely
because he's trying to hurt somebody else.
That's with intent. Yeah, A-Rod's not really not trying to hurt anybody. I mean, basically, taking anabolic steroids. Only person he's actually hurting is really himself because it makes your things smaller. So
no, it's not part of the game, Manny. It's not part of the game for you to throw a baseball in somebody's freaking head.
Especially not a 90 miles per hour.
Yeah,
fastball break someone's jaw.
Well, obviously you must have gotten hit with a hell of a lot, but think it's so stupid that you think it's part of the game.
Yeah. Now fighting. Now
I didn't play baseball.
Now in hockey
you,
games,
cheater.
Now hockey, yeah. Now you expect that to happen. You expect fights, and aggression happen in hockey because they let you fight.
I know A-Rod lied about it. I'm not saying actually. I told Derek that I thought that he should get, Pete Rose was put out of the game for life for betting and doing really nothing.
Well, betting.
A-Rod should be betting
on his own team and betting against his own team as well.
I'm just making a point that a guy shouldn't be slapped on the wrist for beating somebody with a frickin' baseball. To try to show that he's pissed off about A-Rod and blah blah blah. Mind your own frickin' business. Stupid ass.
Wow.
I know he lied in court. He lied and A-Rod, and that's what I'm saying. I don't think that they should try to negotiate it down now to 150 games and this and that. That they should get him out of there, like they did Pete Rose. And actually, what they should do is you shove it right up his rear end. They should get Pete Rose to come back.
Okay.
Say, we're going to get Pete Rose back in and we're going to throw you out.
How old is Pete Rose now?
I don't know.
He's got to be.
Yeah, he's probably 100 years old already. But, you know, the thing is...
he's probably close up there. That was like, what,
I just can't believe they ever did that to Pete Rose. I was furious. Now, I was a little kid. I was a big Pete Rose fan. My dad...
He's got to be good, at least in the 70s.
Yeah.
Right.
One of the greatest players. Oh, he was ugly as shit. But that's the side
trivia question, Derek. Who is this guy?
Okay. What guy? Oh, Ty
Cobb.
Cobb.
That's the racist guy.
Ty Cobb.
Guy hated blacks.
Now,
that's all I know.
Matter of fact, he actually thought he actually thought Babe Ruth was black one time. I ain't spending no hotel room with that N-word. For real. And you know, a lot of people didn't thought he was just being a-hole about, but
the biggest scumbag.
There was actually a story about in Sports Illustrated about 7-8 years ago, and they were saying like, was Babe Ruth black? You know, was he just a really light-skinned dude who just kind of passed for white, light-skinned black guy that is kind of passed for white and played in the major leagues and stuff? Because if that's true, they kind of like
Babe Ruth.
Yeah. That's what they
Babe Ruth,
because he had a really full lips, for a white
because
dude,
the Italians, they have the Sicilians actually are the darker version of Italian. They're not as I guess European. They have more of a I don't know Arabic darker look to them.
Yeah.
So, and I believe that Pete Rose,
Babe
Ruth. Came from Sicilian heritage. Even in the Italian heritage, the Italians from the mainland can't stand the Sicilian. Yeah. You see that?
Okay.
So that's where that may come from.
Possibly. But
it doesn't surprise me, Coffee Guy, that they filmed part of the Cobb movie here in
Athens. Yeah.
Doesn't surprise me.
That's very true.
I'm sure they had a lot of grand wizards hanging around saying, "Yeah, baby."
Oh yeah, Seaflux.
You know what Babe Ruth's real name was?
George, right?
Yeah.
George what?
Well, yeah, he was an orphan.
George, I don't know his middle name though, but it was
George Herman.
George Herman Ruth. Okay, sorry.
Also nicknamed the Bambino.
The Bambino.
And the Sultan of
the SWAT. Yes. No, that's a whole other SWAT. Okay.
Yeah.
They filmed forward to it. Make speaking of Luther Williams Field, I actually saw a movie this past weekend on Bounce TV. It was a classic one called Bingo Long, Traveling All Stars, and Motor Kings. It was
that's a good movie.
Yeah, very good.
That's
movie.
a movie. Yeah.
Yeah, starring Ted.
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Yeah, starring Ted Ross, who played the Cowardly Lion in the movie version of The Wiz. Also, the late great comedian Richard Pryor, James Earl Jones, and Billy Dee Williams.
That was filmed in Macon?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yes.
Oh shit!
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I want to see.
Exact same stadium.
Fuck knows it.
I'm waiting for Need for Speed. I want to see what that looks like.
So do I.
Yeah.
I want to check out that.
Actually, there was
that 2015 Mustang that they have in that movie.
Yeah. You know the Methodist Church, the United Methodist Church that our mayor Rickett goes to.
Mm-hmm.
He's a member of that.
Yeah.
I was watching it on television. Guess what the name of the sermon was?
What?
Need for Speed.
Wow.
They had a.
For speed for what? What you mean?
Like
make the church services be a little bit faster?
No, it was basically that becoming a Christian doesn't take it's a choice that's made quickly.
Oh, okay.
Which we can argue that back and forth.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
a process. Anyway,
speaking of the Yankees and also hitting like Pete Rose, hitting champs like Pete Rose, New York Yankees player Ichiro Suzuki slashed a single the opposite way of with his unique swing to reach his 4,000th hit.
All without drugs.
Without drugs. Of a career split between playing in Japan, Japanese leagues, and the Major League Baseball in Macon. I mean, in United States, excuse me.
Yeah.
The 39-year-old Ichiro Suzuki hit a liner off Toronto Blue Jays relief pitcher R.A. Dickey that bounced just beyond the third baseman Brent Lawrie in the first inning last night, Wednesday night, for the milestone hit. 4,000 hits. Now, how incredible that is. Only Pete Rose with 4,256 hits.
Wow, you see that?
And Ty Cobb with 4,191 hits are the only two players have reached the 4,000 mark, other than Ichiro Suzuki.
So you had a white guy. Pete Rose is what, Italian?
Well, two white guys, Pete Rose and Ty Cobb.
Ty Cobb isn't black.
Ty Cobb is white.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I said Ty Cobb and Pete Rose.
Yeah, but Pete Rose, what nationality? Because he kind of looks like
Is he Greek or something? I thought he was
what's
Greek.
his name? Babe Ruth.
Babe Ruth. Oh, you mean Italian?
Kind of like that weird look to him. Whatever.
I guess that was just his haircut.
Somebody ought to find out where he's from. He's Italian. Pete Rose is Italian. That's what I thought. Good morning, Tower. By the way, you were in the paper this morning. You were mentioned for boycotting the event. It's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then they wrote another article in the Telegraph regarding it.
His name is Peter Edward Rose.
Okay. Yeah.
Also known as Charlie Hustle.
Yeah, Ishiro.
Yes, you are. You're in the paper.
Yes, Ishiro. Yeah, Suzuki. In case you missed it, I said Ishiro Suzuki hit his 4,000 hit with the Yankees, and that's basically a combined number of all his record in the Japanese Professional Baseball League and MLB, Major League Baseball. So he's only 39, and only Ty Cobb and Pete Rose are the only two people in Major League Baseball that actually reach 4,000 hits or more. So he may have a chance to actually break Pete Rose's record sometime, either maybe next year or 2 years from now, maybe 2015. He also broke a tie with Lou Gehrig when he got his 2,722nd major league hit in his 13th season. The speedy outfielder amassed 1,278 hits in 9 seasons with the Oryx, Japan's Pacific League.
Yeah.
So he's done some work. He has done some work.
Well.
So congratulations to Ichiro Suzuki from the New York Yankees and hitting.
Yeah, congratulations.
Reaching 4,000 hits, a huge milestone in Major League Baseball. Also, the Chicago Bears linebacker, some other news, Chicago Bears linebacker Jonathan Bostic energized his team with a big hit last week in the preseason game. Turns out it cost him a lot of money. Bostic was fined $21,000 for the hit during last week's preseason game against the San Diego Chargers. The person spoke Wednesday on the condition of the anonymity because the fine has not been announced. And Bostic drilled the Chargers' Mike Will as he trying to catch a pass, jarring the ball from the receiver on a play that was ruled an incompletion. No penalty was called, but yet it was a huge hit. So he was fined $21,000 for that hit. Hope it was worth it, because it's really kind of bad going on. Really going on. If they're going crazy just in preseason, imagine what's going to be in the regular season. Also, just want to get into. I don't have that many baseball scores. I'll just get into the preseason football game. There's going to be a couple of preseason NFL games tonight. New England Patriots versus the Detroit Lions, 7:30 tonight, and also on ESPN. There's going to be the Carolina Panthers versus the Baltimore Ravens. And also Friday night, there's going to be a game, the Green Bay Packers versus the Seattle Seahawks, 8 o'clock p.m. Friday night, and the Oakland Raiders versus the Chicago Bears, 10 o'clock Friday night on the NFL channel. I think the Green Bay Seattle game Friday is going to be on CBS, so it's going to be on network TV. In case you guys got to get your little NFL fix. There you go.
And you can't afford cable.
Yeah, exactly.
You have regular TV. Anything else, Derek?
Let's see. As far as Major League Baseball, well, yeah, like I said, the Atlanta Braves beat the New York Mets 4-1 in extra innings in the 10th inning. Of course, one of the Braves, Hayward, he had a broken jaw from a 90-mile-per-hour pitch. He's going to be out for 6 weeks. Boston Red Sox beat the San Francisco Giants 12-1. Man, public beating right there. St. Louis Cardinals over the Milwaukee Brewers 8-6. Seattle Mariners over the Oakland A's 5-3. San Diego Padres beat the Pittsburgh Pirates 2-1. Cleveland Indians over the LA Angels 3-1. The Phillies over the Rockies 4-3. The Yankees over Toronto Blue Jays 4-2. Baltimore Orioles over the Tampa Bay Rays 4-2. Cincinnati Reds over the Arizona Diamondbacks 10-7. Detroit Tigers over Minnesota 7-1, and the Dodgers over the Miami Marlins 4-1.
Yeah. There we have it. We're
And
going to
we're
break.
down the home
And before
stretch.
we go, Anthony, when we come back, I'm going to read. I'm going to briefly read you the story. And there are two stories that were written, one in the Telegraph, which basically is really browbeating this whole idea about having so-called fundraising forums, which they basically look down on. And then we'll have the story from WGXA that wrote and quoted you on some of the things that you said. So it should be a good moment. So stick around. We'll be back.
Yes, 10:01 a.m. in Macon. It's 75 degrees. You're watching Good Morning Rose. We'll be right back.
So we're also learning much more about them online. We mentioned that Twitter account, but also online through social media. We found this video that I want you to take a look at on Vine, posted by James Edwards, one of the suspects. There you see him. He's holding that shotgun, pointing it at the camera, sort of mugging for the camera. Very comfortable with that weapon in his hands. Also on James Edwards' Facebook page, take a look here. You can look at these pictures and you see he posted a photo of a handgun, and then there on that table, all that cash, that's $100 bills spread out on that table. Also on Facebook, we have a couple of photos of Edwards and also Chancey Luna. If you take a look here, it looks like they're talking on phones, right? Like on a cell phone, holding it up to their ears. But if you look closely, that's actually wads of cash that they're holding up to their ears. So Anderson, there seems to be some kind of theme here about money and guns that they seem to enjoy. I asked the chief today, I said, are these guys part of a gang? Are they involved with gangs in any way? He said he didn't think so, but he also said there's no doubt they want to be gangsters, Anderson.
So sickening, Randy. Appreciate the report.
Sure, his work focuses on family, teddy bears, and now dads, but the wholesome topics are Trojan horses for some edgy, if not nasty stuff. And now Family Guy creator Seth MacFarlane is once again pushing the envelope of American standards. MacFarlane's new Fox sitcom Dads has not even aired its pilot episode yet, and already there are objections to its controversial content.
Well, hello, kitty.
Scenes like this, depicting Asian American stereotypes, are among the handful of clips Fox has posted to its site to promote the show.
There's a reason Shanghai's a verb.
And instead of the laughs it may have expected, Fox recently received a letter from Guy Aoki, the founder of the Media Action Network for Asian Americans. Our community can't continue to be the target of racially insensitive jokes, Aoki wrote. We are asking you to reshoot the inappropriate scenes of the pilot. Fox declined. And in a statement, the network insisted its show will be evocative and will poke fun at stereotypes and bigotries, adding that it needed time to develop its characters.
That organization is well within its rights to complain, to ask Fox to reshoot, but if the show makes money for Fox, which Seth MacFarlane makes a great deal of money for Fox, they're not going to change the program.
Controversial content has become synonymous with MacFarlane, whose hugely successful series Family Guy is not afraid to offend.
White guys, go!
In fact, race has been a common topic. Is it racist? Is it making fun of racism?
I give you the Asian.
Is it both? Either way, Peter Griffin and the gang have been drawing in loyal viewers for more than 12 years.
If it were just racism for racism's sake, that would stop. People would say, you know, we've had enough of that. But if you look at a program like All in the Family or The Jeffersons or other programs that really kind of challenge the conventions of race and gender, those shows make people question what's going on in society. And honestly, that's what Seth MacFarlane is trying to do.
MacFarlane expanded that balancing act last year with his first feature film, Ted, the story of a cuddly stuffed bear with, you guessed it, an offensive side. The question remains, how far is too far for audiences?
McFarlane seemed to find out in front of his largest audience of all, this year's Oscars. The comedian was criticized for his bits about Jews and women. Many feminists and others objected to his "We Saw Your Boobs" song, singling out actresses in the audience who had done nudity in film, ignoring the fact that some of those nude scenes were in rape scenes. But the ratings showed nothing but success. 40.3 million viewers stayed tuned in, and McFarlane's routines attracted 20% more young viewers than the year before. And as is often said in Hollywood, it's called show business. And if the business model works, the outrage is just free publicity.
Dads is set to premiere September 17th. We reached out to Fox for comment, but we have not yet heard back.
Hey, police, what's the address of your emergency?
Yes, ma'am. I'm on 2nd Avenue in the school, and the gentleman said, tell them to hold down. The police officer are coming, and he said he's going to start shooting, so tell them to back off.
Okay, 1 moment.
Do not let anybody in the building, including the police. Do not let anybody in the building, including the police.
Okay, stay on the line with me, man. Where are you?
I'm in the front office. Oh, he just went outside and started shooting.
Okay.
Ooh,
Ed, I think we're frozen.
Can you get somewhere safe?
Yeah, I gotta go. You know, he gonna see me one day and call me back. Oh, hold on.
Put the phone down.
Okay, she said that she's getting the police now to tell her to back off for you, okay? Okay. Okay. He said to tell them to back off. He doesn't want the kids. He wants the police. So back off. And what else, sir? He said he don't care if he dies. He don't have nothing to live for.
Yeah, your screen is frozen.
And he said he's not meant to be stable. Tell them to stand down now.
Okay.
Tell them to stand down now, he said.
Okay, tell him I'm giving the instructions.
She said she's giving the instructions.
Okay, we are back. It's going on 10:08 a.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time in Macon, Georgia. You're into the third and final hour of the Morning Roast with Irv, Ed, and DB live from the doghouse. It's 75 degrees outside. It's sunny, surprisingly, with some later showers later in the day.
I'm going to say it one more time.
Mm-hmm.
It was just a recording with the guy's picture. It wasn't frozen. It was just a recording from 911.
Okay.
So don't.
I was a recording with a guy's picture just frozen like that.
Yes.
Okay.
We were.
There's a new one.
Yes, we were.
All right. I was channel surfing this morning while getting the kids ready for school, and stopped on Method in the morning for a couple of minutes. They were doing the origin of words. Sounds like Wordsmith to me. You guys should call them on it. Go on and rant about it on your board. Okay,
oh,
I'll
really?
do that. I'll do that.
Sounds doing the origin of words. Oh my goodness! They got to the part of wordsmith, man. You serious, Aunt?
That is funny.
But they just biting. That means stealing.
I'll put it on Gail Daniels. I'll put it on a page.
Oh my goodness!
Because they like to gossip with each other, and I'm sure they love to talk about us. I'm sure that Gail Daniels may have even mentioned me, mentioning her, saying when she said she was tired on Facebook. I said, "Well, you look fine to me on the morning road. I mean, on the Meth in the morning." And I don't know. There you go. There you go.
Street
Go
biting my rhymes.
Well, they already stole the idea with having three people
Three
on.
people.
They
and
already
then
stole that.
Now they get the word origins too. It's like, oh my goodness.
What else are they gonna do?
I don't know. I guess they're gonna have.
They're gonna try to hire Ed as a producer.
Have sound effects or something stuff. When they have some story, they have a dun dun dun. It's like, oh man, they just straight ripping us off. My goodness.
Nah, they can't steal. First of all, we got too much tape. proving our case. We tape everything, and believe me, we have enough history to prove that we've been doing this for over a year.
Going on a year.
It'll
be a year probably about in 3 weeks. 2 weeks, actually. Yeah, 2 weeks. Can you believe that?
Who knows? Irvin, how many lawyers do you have to speak for you? I don't need a lawyer. I got Anthony for that shit. Whoopabite. And we don't need lawyers. You know what? I have not lost a case yet. Except when I was railroaded by that frickin' cop and they lied. Other than that, I would never, let me just say this, Whoopabite. Only because you're annoying the shit out of me, I'm gonna mute you for a while, alright? Because you don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Yeah, I guess I forgot what I was saying.
Stupid.
That imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. Yeah.
Good morning, Donnie.
So they say.
Yeah.
So
How's
they
it going?
say.
Yeah, there he goes. You see how Whoopabite is? He can't handle it. As soon as I muted him, he goes like a big frickin' baby.
Former TV stars arrested in meth lab.
All he is trying to carbon copy Rocco. Meanwhile, Rocco's been behaving very nicely today. He's been cool. Chilling out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's like I said, it's going on 10/12. There's also not to go on a tangent, but I had one extra story. Actually, I guess it's a sports-related story, even though I know the sports is finished. But I had a story from Ed. This is about a Georgia Southern player struck by lightning. This is from Kenny Bergman from WMAZ. It says a lightning struck a tree at the Georgia Southern football practice field yesterday afternoon in Statesboro, sending one player to nearby East Georgia Regional Medical Center, according to Eagles coach Jeff Monken. It says, according to the Savannah Morning News, the player's name has not been mentioned, or released. Spokesman at the medical center said she couldn't comment. A newspaper reported that later today that the player actually returned to GSU's practice session, which was moved indoors. Coach Monken told reporters that the player did not continue practice drills. He said that I've never been to a bomb going off, but I had to think that lightning strike was close to it, Coach Monken said. It was scary for sure. And they got off the field as quickly as they could. The coaches have gotten the players off the field, and the school said the player that was struck on the edge of the pavilion. GSU will practice indoors today at 5:30 a.m. at the Athletic Center. The Eagles open their football season August 31st against Savannah State. So
somebody said God doesn't like football. She-Fluff.
Didn't like
football.
football.
God hates football.
I thought he didn't like arena football, but that's all. Also, weather-wise, there is a flood warning issued for Dodge, Telfair, and Wilcox County. So be careful, those who live in those areas. Watch out for those puddles because you don't know how deep they are. So,
thank you, C-Fluck. I appreciate that. He said, listening to Mixed Guy talk, I think you two make more money.
Yeah, we should.
We should. Yeah.
Yes, I like paying my bills on time.
And let me tell you, I was watching them yesterday. What a boring piece of shit show. I tried to give them, this is like, trying to give somebody an opportunity to maybe change. Mm-hmm. Like maybe I'll be surprised today. Maybe I'll be endeared to these guys. I mean, I'm sitting there. It's like having hemorrhoids. Just after a while, you have to kind of like,
take it easy.
Yeah.
Get some preparation H.
Find something else to do. That's right. Get up off my ass and get the hell away from that TV set.
Yeah.
They spend a half an hour at a time talking about who's in the studio and other half shilling their pals and all that shit. Of course, it is the worst, boring piece of shit show. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Rocco, you know what? I've never watched Radio Mac, but I'm telling you, I could bet you, a lot of money. that Radio Mac is like watching the Super Bowl compared to these guys.
Oh, really?
An exciting football Super Bowl game. These guys are the worst pieces of crap that ever existed on television. And unfortunately, they're supported by a bunch of local two-faced scumbags that like to pay money to be on their show.
Yeah.
For whatever reason. People like to pay to get on there. Meanwhile, Anthony and I got on that show in the past for nothing.
Yeah.
Of course, we got nothing in return.
True. Very true. Very true.
Yeah, really.
It's going on. Well, it's 10.
Anyway, does anyone from Macon know any taxi drivers? Actually, why don't you come down to Macon? Down in Ferry. Probably make a lot of money, especially in this area. Yeah, why are you asking? That's a good question, Anthony. Why are you asking, Donnie?
That is a good question.
You want some pointers? How to get around, make a left? Like a NASCAR? Anyway, what do you got there?
You happen to talk about. I know I got some. I know we've technically finished from sports, but there was a couple of stories that you brought up, especially about Aaron Hernandez. See about the updates about him. Here's some brand new update about him. From CNN. Former NFL tight end Aaron Hernandez will be back in court today, where he may learn whether a grand jury has voted to indict him for Odin Lloyd's killing and other weapons charges. Hernandez is scheduled to be in court in the afternoon for a probable cause hearing, which establishes whether a crime has been committed and if the defendant committed it or not. A grand jury has been investigating the case and hearing from several witnesses, including a man who is suing Hernandez for allegedly shooting him in January of this year back in Florida. Hernandez is 23 years old, has pleaded not guilty, and has remained behind bars without bail since June of 26th. Authorities say Hernandez and two other men picked up Lloyd from his Boston apartment in June. Surveillance cameras showed the car at an industrial park near his North Attleboro, Massachusetts home. Days later, Lloyd's bullet-riddled body was found in that same industrial park. Prosecutors have accused Hernandez of orchestrating the death of Lloyd, who was shot 5 times with a .45 caliber handgun. Ortiz has told authorities that Wallace said Hernandez fired the shots that killed Lloyd, according to a court document. And Wallace was charged with accessory after the fact to murder and has pleaded not guilty. Ortiz has pleaded not guilty to a weapons charge. The search of a pond in Bristol, Connecticut, in connection with the murder investigation, failed to turn up any new evidence, according to authorities. And investigators have refused to say whether they were searching for, but law enforcement source had previously said they were searching for the .45 caliber handgun believed to have been used to kill Lloyd. Yeah. Also, that was another thing that there was something that you were looking up. Darren Young, also, I guess some news. This is from TMZ, by the way. Darren Young, who's one half of the African American tag team wrestling group Primetime Players from the WWE, has outed himself, and now he's one of the very few or first openly gay professional wrestlers in the WWE. So he's making millions of dollars.
I guess he was born that way, huh?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just saw. I mean, that's you are who you are, but just cut down with the stereotypical stuff. I mean, I know he's got the fro and got the pig, but stop with the millions of dollars. I mean, that's just rather just go ahead and just replace millions of dollars with shucking and jiving. I mean, come on, it's
Anyway, let me see. Oh, by the way, let's go back to that story of before, because I promised Anthony I was going to read it, and they mention it that Macon Bibb somehow is charging for having this debate And of course, it mentions in WXCA. I put the story on Facebook through the Telegraph, and I go to look for it now. It's not there, so who the hell knows where it is? But here's the response that you guys had, Anthony, you and Kuzno and Allen. And it says 3 candidates for mayor making bids for the new consolidated government sat out the Wednesday night debate put on by Bibb County Democratic Party. All 3 say they did not participate because they disagree with the $50 registration fee. I think it's ridiculous to have to pay $50 to take part of the mayoral debate at a forum, said writing candidate and community activist Anthony Harris. If I'm going to pay them, I need to go back to the League of Women Voters. I need to pay them. I need to go to the other organizations and pay them. It's wrong, said Bibb County Commissioner Joe Allen. Macon Mayor Robert Rickett, C. Jack Ellis, Sam Hart, and Charlie Bishop all participated, brown-nosing the event. Well, it doesn't say that, but I said that. Allen, Harris, and businessman David Kuzno took the night off. That's one of the major reasons why the city has gone downward spiral, because it's all the good old boys network. Guess who said that? David Kuzno. And I like what you said, Anthony. Anytime you're missing parts of the puzzle, you're selling the city short, Harris said. Bibb County Democratic Executive Board member John Swint has previously said the fee is purely to raise funds. With the local election not being nonpartisan, Swint says the political parties no longer receive portions of the candidates' qualifying fees. There you have it. So you are mentioned twice or 3 times, actually. In that, Kuzno was there. He sat in the audience and watched, I'm sure. And you were outside.
BS bull.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Did he have a shirt on?
So, did he have a shirt on? Did you have your shirt on? Did you have your dumb Kuzno?
The story's right above the picture.
Oh, I saw it. Whew.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
The fee was for the padding pockets and helping the candidate win the campaign. Yeah. Oh, you had your shirt on. That's good.
Thank you.
Yeah, but he had a shirt on. But I'm asking if he had that Remove Ricketts shirt on. It was a Whalers shirt. Oh, okay.
Okay, he wore Bubba's chaps. Yeah.
Anyway, so David Kuzno was there. Well, I watched it on television, and it was like just as exciting as Mix in the Morning. Sitting there like, what the hell? And by the way, Ellis is starting to look better to me every day. Tell you the truth. Anyway, who knows?
Wow.
But, I like that they mention you, Anthony, and that they mention you like 3 times. You were the one that they really quoted the most. Because it really was your idea, and the other ones were followers. It was I bet you they were going to try to get in there, and they were going to pay the fee, but you would have made them look bad. So, in order for them to not to look bad.
Yeah.
Although I have to say, I don't know about Kuzno.
You got a bug in your remote control?
Yeah. Well, we got them everywhere. We're going to be bombing this house very soon. Oh, that's the TV one.
Okay, thank goodness.
All right. By the way, a thumbs up to you for doing the right thing. And that is the name of this morning's Our Daily Bread.
Yeah. Thumbs
up.
By Marvin Williams.
By Marvin Williams. Not Marvin Gaye.
Marvin Williams.
Not Marvin Hagler. Not Marvin the Martian.
Yeah. But Marvin Williams.
I thought it was going to be a kaboom.
Yes.
Thumbs up by Marvin Williams. August 22nd, 2013. Pandora is one of the musical marvels of the internet age. It helps you create your own personal radio station by allowing you to customize your music. It plays a song and then you click a thumbs up or a thumbs down sign to indicate whether you like it or not. You end up with a grouping of only songs that you like. Unfortunately, sometimes we do that with the Bible too. People may choose some scripture passages they especially like and ignore others so that they customize their preferences. The psalmist looked at God's word this way: the entirety of your word is true. Psalms chapter 119, verse 160. And the Apostle Paul told Timothy, a young pastor, all scripture is given by inspiration of God and is profitable. 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 16. The scriptures were important to Jesus, Matthew 5, verse 17 through 18, but he looked at them differently than the religious leaders of the day. To him, you shall not murder was on the level of being angry with a brother without cause. Verse 21 and 22. Far from customizing scripture, he was concerned about the motivation of people's hearts in applying all of it. As we embrace God's word more fully, we'll know him more deeply and desire to honor him. Lord, I don't want to treat your word lightly or dismiss what seems too difficult. Show me my heart and help me to obey the heart, whatever you tell me. In Jesus' name, amen. When you open your Bible, ask the author to open your heart. And the Bible read in Matthew, for today is Matthew chapter 5, verse 17 to 20. And in Psalms 119, verse 160, it says, the entirety of your word is truth. There you have it.
There you have it.
Our daily bread. 2 thumbs up for that one.
Definitely.
There you have it.
Thank you very much.
There you go.
10:27, going on 10:28 a.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time. We're into the last.
There was supposed to be an earth-shattering kaboom.
There you go.
Yes.
By
It's
the way,
79 degrees outside of Macon, Georgia, and somewhat supposedly sunny for right now, with a high of 88 and a low of 71, and a chance of thunderstorms and showers here.
Hey, Iraq. Welcome.
How you doing, Iraq?
All right. This just saying Gary Thigpen is going to start talking with a New York accent, and Rick Knight is going with a blackface and do a segment on wrestling.
That's wrong, brother.
No, it's right. It's 2 thumbs up on that idea, because that's exactly what they're going to do.
Well, let me tell you something, brother. To be the man, you gotta beat the man. Yeah. And let me tell you something. Mix in the morning, you are not that man.
They got something here off of Facebook.
What do we got?
Bill Knowles. I'm getting early and unconfirmed information that State Senator David Lucas has assaulted the grandson of Terry Tripp, the lady running against
I would
Wayne
not
Lucas
doubt that.
for county commissioner.
I would not doubt that. Did you hear that? Lucas, he almost beat the hell out of or wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
Danny Glover. He called Danny Glover, the young man that was running for county commissioner,
yeah,
who had to drop out because of possession of marijuana charges.
Mm-hmm.
Now is being told, by the way, that is amazing, that he wanted to beat the hell out of or he assaulted. I hope he goes to jail. I hope he goes to jail. I would love this. I can't wait to get a hold of Miriam Paris. Wow. I gotta find out from Miriam. I'll find out.
That is some crazy stuff.
Breaking news on the roast once again. Thank you,
Breaking
Ed.
news. Breaking
That's
news on the
amazing.
roast.
That makes us cutting edge.
I don't fuck around.
You don't, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
You don't.
then screw around. Yeah.
Post it immediately on the page. I will. And Ed, do you have that link or that you can put up? Where'd you get that from?
Bill Knowles posted.
Bill Knowles.
How about that?
Is he on your
Wow. Is it on?
Is he on your friends list?
No, he can't stand the shit out of me. You can, Republican.
He'll
Please say what happened again. I missed it.
Friending me now.
That David Lucas just assaulted the grandson of what's her name?
Terry Tripp.
Terry Tripp, who's running for Bibb County Commissioner, who is the one that actually took over for Danny Glover. And Lucas had already almost assaulted Danny Glover the last time. I love it.
Yes. Speaking of celebrities getting in trouble with the law.
I sent you guys the link.
Yeah, he's going to send us a link. I can't wait to see this. Quite extraordinary. Yeah, well, yeah, that's true. He won't do time. You'll be surprised how many $100 will make your assault charges go away. I don't know. I think a lot of people will probably start to really rant and rave about this. At least I know I am.
Yeah.
Well, you know, Lucases are worried about losing their stronghold here in Macon.
Yeah, they are.
People are getting tired of their... You don't agree with them, you're a racist.
Yeah.
Yeah. But speaking of famous people getting in trouble and stuff, the Shodak New York Police Department says that they have arrested former Partridge Family star 63-year-old David Cassidy for driving while intoxicated. He got a DUI. Police say they were conducting a stop DUI enforcement detail when they stopped Cassidy at Fort Lauderdale, Florida, about 2 a.m. Wednesday morning yesterday. Cassidy has been charged with a felony DUI and a failure to dim headlights. He was arraigned in the town of Shodak Justice Court and taken to Rensselaer County Jail, where he posted a $2,500 bail. He's best known for his role as the character of Keith Partridge from the 70s music sitcom The Partridge Family. He is scheduled to return to town court in September next month.
It's a tugboat.
Tugboat? That's strange. Aren't we kind of landlocked? Huh. Go figure that. Yeah, another DC in the news. And yeah, that's true. David Cassidy. Blood alcohol level of 0.10. That comes out to 3 or 4 beers. How about that? How about that?
Well, let's see. Status update. I'm getting unconfirmed information that State Senator David Lucas has assaulted the grandson of Terry Tripp, the lady running against Elaine Lucas for county commission. I'm just wondering. Let me see. And this is Bill Knowles saying it. And let me just, I'm going to share this. I'm writing it now, Anthony. Can somebody please confirm this?
Yeah, we want to make sure we correct. Like Reagan said, trust but confirm. And while you're doing that, I got a crazy ring dang doodle story.
There we go.
A woman with the longest dreadlocks. She says, "I will never cut my hair," and she says that having her hair was basically helped her. This woman, Miss Asha Mandela, 50-year-old Asha Mandela, pulled through 2 heart attacks, cancer, and 2 strokes. Basically, she said it was her hair to help her through those hardships. She says cutting it would be equivalent to suicide. It would be like being a zombie. That's what she said. The world with the record of the longest dreadlocks told to the Daily Mail. She says Mandela lives with her husband and son in Atlanta.
What the hell is that?
That's her hair. That's
ridiculous.
She said she stopped cutting her hair in her 20s. She said she started...
How old is she now?
She's 50. So she started growing her hair when she was 25.
You seen Rapunzel? This is like she's got about another 5 feet longer than Rapunzel.
Yeah, a good 5 feet. She said that she says that she started ever since she started growing her hair 25 years ago. When she started to have certain dreams and visions, she said growing dreadlocks was part of a spiritual journey to completely remake her life. Now she says that she has countless fans who call her a living legend and the ninth wonder of the world, and she has to carry her hair, which weighs at 39 pounds, on a cloth baby sling when she goes out. That's a lot of hair. She says she handles her dreadful locks, carefully washing them once a week and conditioning them with natural oils. After washing, her hair can take a whopping full days to completely dry. I'm not surprised. I mean, in 2008, she was the first person to obtain a Guinness World Record for the longest dreadlocks, and a year later, she broke her own record with a strand measuring 19 feet 6 inches. But as of recently, one of Mandela's strands was measured at 55 feet 7 inches, almost 3 times the length of her official record.
So that's how long the hair is?
Yes.
55 feet long.
Well, one of the strands, probably like 20 feet, roughly. A little over 20 feet. And 39 pounds worth of hair. That's a lot of hair.
How does she wash it? Must stink up almighty hell.
Well, it doesn't. Well, she says it takes says imagine putting Vaseline or some type of oil on your hair and then grooming it. You know, she does it like
disgusting.
She washes it once a week. And then she conditions it with natural oils, and it takes 2 days to dry. 2 days to dry.
She is a freaking hose.
No, she knows she doesn't use a hose. At least not to.
She has to throw like a brush. Like, hey, could you brush that end over there for me, please?
But she says, some of her doctors said it's a health hazard because she refers to her hair as a baby.
Could you put the link on so that they can see it, because Ed's not here and we can't put the picture up.
Yeah, okay. Here you go. Hope you enjoyed it.
There you go.
I couldn't believe myself.
Take a look, guys. Rastapunzel.
Yeah, Rastapunzel. Bro! Cut down, let down your hair, girl. Bro!
What song could she play with that hair?
Could this be love?
You sent me that story 3 days ago.
Yeah.
I don't keep stuff on my...
No, that's all right. No big deal. He put it on there.
I know.
No big deal.
But I just want to bring it up because, we had some backstories and stuff we had to put in to talk about. And it was just really interesting. Women with over 20-foot length, 20-foot dreadlocks. That's a lot of hair, and especially that's a lot of work. That's a lot of work just for washing it alone and conditioning it, and then it taking it 2 days just to dry. That's a whole lot of hair. But the physician said that it could cause her a health hazard because they think that she has a curvature in her spine and due to the length and the weight of her hair that's making her back curve. She said that some have said my neck has collapsed at the back and that I need to be careful because I could start having spasms in my spine and maybe end up being paralyzed. But she says that her hair has become part of her and she'll never cut it though. So
there we go.
Yeah. More power to you, man. That's got to be some.
A lot of hair.
A whole lot of hair.
Very hairy situation.
I sent you a story about a baby died in a car just now.
Oh. Oh my goodness! Yeah.
You guys have seen the link, and you guys are making. She mops her hardwood floors with it. Nasty. Wow, too long. Oh, that's cool. Is that right? He invited you to the
last night.
The station. That's cool.
Okay.
That's cool.
So you have a video of that in?
Well, I can get the video.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that would be kind of cool because it'll.
Yes, photo guy said my pubes are like that. That's funny.
Ew.
All right.
Hope it don't take no 2 days to shampoo it and dry it, man. Yeah.
Yeah, it is ridiculous. It's like those women and the guys actually with those nails. And they're like
36 hours.
And they're going around like this, and you know, how do you wash your hands? All that shit under your nails and all that germs.
I went to school with a girl that grew her nails.
Disgusting.
She sold them. She made like $1,200 every 6 months.
Really?
I'm sure she did.
Selling those fucking nails.
I'll grow those bad boys too if I was able to get $1,200.
Yeah, well, I knew a receptionist, and she wore those nails. I was like, how the hell are you getting away with being a receptionist? You can't even type. I mean, God forbid that she hits a typewriter in the wrong way, that nail comes right off and takes her half a finger with her.
I had to pass. I have to pass, man.
What the hell? People have the weirdest shit. You know, the notion. I mean, even these kids today, they're putting in earrings everywhere up their rear end and on their freaking everything.
Gonads, yeah.
On their, and women put it on their clitoris. Guys are wearing it on their penises.
And putting it on
it's
piercing their nipples,
absolutely
too.
ridiculous.
It's just way too much stuff. I mean, do you know that? You know how much hell that would be like if you had to take a flight? You know, you had to be stopped and stuff by the TSA agents. Then you had to take the doggone piercings off. That's work, man. That's way too much work.
It is. And I like your vomit there, plastic. That's exactly what it is. I mean, it's disgusting. They put them on their nipples, on their lips, on their nose.
Yeah,
all
on
right,
their
I
nose.
can see the ear, but God.
But come on.
Freaking genitals.
On your nose? I mean, come on now. Now, you know people have hay fever, man. You know that's going to be nasty as can be. You got a little booger hanging on your nose and on the piercing too. I'm just saying, that's just way too much work.
Yeah, I hate that shit too.
Sometimes when people try to do piercings and tattoos and they become like Ant said, like when everybody think they're talented, nobody's talented. Same thing with piercings and getting tattoos. If you think getting a tattoo or a piercing makes you unique, if everybody does that, then nobody's unique.
There comes the DBism.
You know?
Yeah, there we go. But here's the thing. Let's put it this way. Mm-hmm. Like tattoos, everybody's getting tattoos now, right? I mean, you know, it used to be at one time that you got a tattoo because you were either a seaman or seaman, not seaman.
Okay.
Seaman or
sailor,
whatever, Popeye, whatever. Now the women are getting it.
Yeah, but it's not in the most flattering place of a woman. They get it on their neck and stuff, and what's really nasty is when they get it on their chest. Not like they're like some rogue superhero / pirate or something. Arr, you know.
No,
I've seen ones where they got the rings on their back.
Yeah.
And they got like webbing.
Oh yes. Oh, that's awful. They do that right here in Macon. Yeah, like suspenders on their back.
Yeah.
Oh, and the other thing is, there were two people that I saw that had the worst tattoos on their belly button. Mm-hmm. One was a guy, and he was offended that people would walk up to him because he had the Pillsbury Doughboy tattooed on his belly button. And what do you think people are gonna do but stick their finger in that belly button? But yet he's like offended. Oh, people have the audacity to come up to me and stick their finger in my belly button.
Hello? I mean, come on. Maybe you should not watch those Pillsbury commercials. Hello?
And then there was the other one that was on that horrible tattoo show that kind of covers up bad tattoos. Bad Tattoo, I think it's called. Well, the guy had a donkey's ass on there. And it was, the butthole was his belly button. And a donkey's butt. And it made people go up to his belly button and
where they go,
and pull out some shit. Yeah.
Man,
and they were offended. Well, it's horrible.
It has a video of
the Limpberry Doughboy. Yeah, you're really good today, Anthony.
You're on a roll, man. I have to admit, you're on a roll. You're definitely on a roll.
Antism.
He's on his ants. He's on his ants, not rants. Ants.
No, I wouldn't marry a woman with tattoos. Sorry, I wouldn't.
Well, Ed has the video about this 7-month-old baby that was left for 30 minutes in over 119-degree car. Yeah. Roll that footage, Biggie.
I couldn't even sleep well last night. Just the image of what happened last night.
Colette Prentice and others along Milburn Avenue were still shaken hours after watching the life of a toddler literally fade away before their eyes.
We saw a woman, with a baby in her hand, and then screaming.
It was limp, and they were, kind of panicking.
I was just praying while, hoping that the child would live.
Prentice's prayer wasn't answered. 7-month-old Dominic Fenner died. Police say the toddler had been left inside a Toyota Corolla like this that was parked in front of his family's Hempstead home. The baby was locked in a car seat behind the driver's seat for at least a half an hour in Tuesday's midday heat.
Do you have anything to say?
According to Nassau Police, the boy's father, Devin Fenner, says he simply forgot his son in the car after dropping off the boy's mother at work.
He was found to be in a small possession of marijuana, which we presented at grand jury. Whether he was under the influence is still under investigation at this time.
Police say only the driver's side window was open slightly like this. The rest of the windows were closed. Police took the car's temperature about a half an hour after the baby was discovered. The thermometer registered 119 degrees.
How could you leave a baby like that without thinking?
Fenner's family members offered no comments at court after he was formally charged. Fenner himself hid his face after he was released on $50,000 bail.
It's kind of upsetting because I ran an errand, and when I came home, about maybe 15, 20 minutes later, I heard the commotion. So that means when I pulled up, that means the kid was in the car, and it's too bad I didn't look around.
Like many here, neighbor Tara Reed wishes she could have done more to prevent this tragedy.
Sad.
Fenner has pleaded not guilty to a charge of criminally negligent homicide. A call to his lawyer wasn't returned for comment. Police say there were 2 other children living in the Fenner home. They're now in the custody of their mother. In Hempstead, Greg Sergel, News 4 New York.
That's so tragic.
Outrageous.
And it's not even, leaving a dog in the car is bad, but a child.
Yeah.
He forgot. What kind of shit is that? You know what they ought to do? I'm serious. They ought to take that same car, lock that guy in with handcuffs, and let him burn up alive. Like, just leave him in there.
Yeah.
Let him feel what that young
hell.
Yeah.
Yes, pot did not help.
I mean, that's freaking ridiculous, don't you think?
Yeah, you're right. You're right, Tower. You're definitely right about that. There's a right time to do it, and also do it in moderation. Just because it's legal does not mean you should just go all willy-nilly.
I don't think it had anything to do with the pot. I think it had to do with the guy was just a freaking lazy-minded son of a bitch that has nothing to do with his pot. Again, everybody wants to blame some other reason. Everybody wants to blame the devil when they do something bad. Or they say, oh, he has mental illness. Now they're going to say, oh, because he had pot. No, bullshit. It's because he didn't give a shit about the kid. It's because he was a brainless son of a bitch. It's just simple. The guy knew exactly what he was not doing, which was he forgot.
Taking care of his kid.
I don't want to hear the shit about all of a sudden, oh, the pot did it. Kiss my ass. Forgot because he had pot. Once again, trying to excuse himself from what is their responsibility. Everybody always wants to use a crutch. I mean, am I right?
You got a point.
I mean, it happens even in Christianity. People become Christians because they suffered. Well, why couldn't you become it when you were happy? All of a sudden you became a Christian because you suffered. Oh, I suffered so much I had to give my life over to the Lord. Why didn't you do it when you were happy? Why are you doing it now as a crutch? You always use some other excuse. It's ridiculous. Shit. Yeah. Shit. I like what Zappa said.
Feces.
Yeah. And everybody blames Obama. Yeah, it's another crutch. This country was also screwed up before Obama came around. The hell? Blame Bush. Yeah, blame everybody. Blame everybody else. Everybody's always pointing fingers. Oh, I blame this one. what about you, you stupid ass? And then they go around saying,
You know what? You know they try to blame Obama for Katrina. It's like,
of course.
I saw this on Hannity, man, on Fox News.
They blame Obama for that Rapunzel woman with that freaking hair. Why don't you cut your hair, you stupid ass? You donated to some cancer kids. Ain't got no hair. Meanwhile, you walking around with all this hair. The hell's that all about? People are stupid. Let's not forget. Yeah. Well, you're right. It's been screwed for over hundreds of years, Zappa, hasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Speaking of something being screwed.
Is anything new?
Speaking of something screwed, Ed had the story. That freaked me out. I thought it was one of them Onion.com stories, but man.
Yeah.
Whew. Seems like stuff going on. See.
A lot of like it says if Obama wasn't born, Katrina wouldn't have happened. You son of a bitch.
There's a veterinarian.
Anyway.
There's a veterinarian, and brings a new word to the term "holy cow."
Okay.
A veterinarian in New Zealand thought the animal was pretty unusual.
God, what the hell?
This quite understand because the deformed calf was born with 2 bodies, 4 ears, and 8 legs, yet 1 head. The New Zealand dairy farmer Neil Davey, who delivered the stillborn calf on Monday, so it's dead? Told the website NZ Farmer,
like 12 legs on
it's a calf. It's a baby calf. Said if he hadn't been there, the mother cow would have died. But anyway,
that's a crazy looking picture. How many legs does that thing have?
Had 8 legs. 8 legs, 4 ears, 2 bodies, and 1 head. I'm telling you, see what happens when you. Y'all need I don't know what's going on in New Zealand, but y'all need to stop giving those cows acid or something. I'm serious. That's some crazy
Mad
stuff.
cows.
Yeah. Ain't no mad cow disease. That's some high cow disease or something. Jeez.
Yeah, by the way,
crack cows.
Tower says,
Crack cows, yeah.
Remember what Kanye said? Bush does not like black people. Kanye doesn't like black people.
Mm-hmm.
I doesn't like anybody. Stupid.
Oh, my
Can't stand
goodness.
Kanye West. Yeah, don't screw with nature. You're right, Zappa. This all comes from this irradiated food and all the shit that they're putting in vegetables.
Yeah. Rosalind Cole said it best. I see what happens when you make things in a test tube. See?
Yeah.
Test tube, baby.
That was Nick.
Oh.
That's Nick in the truck.
Oh, okay.
Who?
Nick.
Nick who? Nick Muscala?
Nick, my dick.
Test tube burgers?
Oh, well.
Nick of time.
Yeah.
Nickelodeon.
By the way, did you see the
Nicolas Cage.
Did you see Nick at Night? Nickelodeon. By the way, did you see that test tube baby? How big she got?
Yeah.
Yeah. And now and she'd have to be Beaker baby.
No,
You
cauldron,
got extra room
cauldron
in the
baby.
Yeah. You know how many test tube babies they had since then? My God.
Yeah, I know.
Millions. Katrina, God damn.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there we go. All right, so Derek, you got some news there with Joe Biden.
Well, yeah, had some news, I guess some scary news from the vice president's son, Beau Biden, who traveled to Texas this week for medical tests, successfully underwent a procedure Tuesday and is currently in great shape, according to the White House yesterday. The Delaware Attorney General and the son of Vice President Joe Biden was being evaluated at the University of Texas MD Anderson Medical Center, which is a world-renowned cancer treatment facility and hospital, after feeling weak and disoriented on a family vacation, which was a week before. Neither the Vice President's office nor representatives for Beau Biden have specified what procedure he underwent or have relayed a doctor's diagnosis. But a statement from the Vice President and Second Lady Jill Biden was released by the White House that Beau Biden would be discharged later today and go home to Delaware, where he'll follow up with local doctors. A separate statement from the Delaware Department of Justice noted that Attorney General Biden had discussed state matters with colleagues yesterday. Earlier in the day, the Vice President's office says 3 events on Joe Biden's Thursday calendar will be canceled so he can remain in Houston with his son. So, good best wishes to the vice president's son, and hope he gets better.
I hope he does get better. I mean, Joe Biden already lost his wife and another kid, right?
Yeah.
At one time in a fire or something.
Yeah, fire or something.
Yeah. I like Joe Biden. Yeah. I know people don't like him. They think he's wacky and all that shit. Mm-hmm. But again, here's a guy that's not politically correct. He's doesn't give a shit. He just says it as it is.
Mm-hmm.
I like that about him.
Yes.
Anyway, let me see. Cryptic Jokes, by Tao. I know he's trying to be funny, but again, I guess him and Derek hang out too much. They tell terrible jokes.
Hey.
By the way, that was funny.
Joe Biden's full of malarkey.
Yeah, you see, Ed doesn't like him.
So. Oh, I didn't say I didn't like him.
Yeah.
Oh, full of malarkey.
Yeah, isn't that what he said? He said malarkey. Yeah.
That's what he told Paul Ryan.
He told him. Biden, Iraq vet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Biden, Iraq vet, where he got his bad medicine. Whatever.
Okay.
You're right. Has he done anything since he's been in office? All vice presidents don't do shit. All they do is sit around waiting for the president to be assassinated.
Yeah.
Like Lyndon B. Johnson.
Yeah, but what about Quayle? I mean, my goodness. Could you imagine that time when Bush Sr. got sick? Bush 41 got sick in Japan, threw up, and everyone talking about, oh, shoot, man, we have President Quayle. Man,
yeah, well, Cheney was the president. It's just that Bush was,
No, I'm talking about Bush 41.
No, you
Bush
just mentioned Cheney, that Cheney did.
Okay.
Cheney was president. He was ass whipping Bush. Yeah. That's what he did.
That's a bad visual, man.
Heartless Cheney.
That's a bad
Guy's
visual.
so freaking heartless. Yeah, he had to get a new one.
Vice presidents don't do anything but wait for the president to die in office so they can step up. Okay. Yeah,
I got Wordsmith and the other thing.
Yeah, I got some words to do.
Who said it first?
Yeah, Word Origins by John Ato. Here's the word for the day. Word for the day is gossamer. Gossamer. Gossamer.
Not gossiper, gossamer.
Gossamer. Not that big red creature that Bugs Bunny was fighting on Mars.
Right.
But,
another word to add to your vocabulary.
Yes.
And not like that guy that's putting out that shit on Lucas. So you never know if that's true or not. I want confirmation.
Yes, gossamer.
Yeah.
It would be pleasant to think that gossamer, originally fine cobwebs, is a descendant of an earlier goose summer. But unfortunately, there is not enough evidence to make this more than a conjecture. The theory goes as follows. Mid-autumn is a time where geese for the table are plentiful. November was once known as Gänsemonat, or Geese Month in German. And so a warm period around them might have been termed goose summer, which we now call Indian summer. The silken filaments of gossamer are most commonly observed in floating in the air in such warm autumnal days.
How the hell did that ever morph into that?
Go figure. And so the spider's webs were christened with the name of the season, gossamer. How about that?
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Do you got some more?
Yeah, I got some more for you. Here we go.
You got some more.
I got some more for you.
There we go.
Speaking of flights, who said this first? Strictly for the birds. This expression of disbelief or dismissal must have been known, at least in Illinois, by the early 1940s, but was not perhaps in universal use. Then came its first known public expression in October 1944 when the Sports Roundup column in a Massachusetts newspaper, the Lowell Sun, interviewed a sergeant in the U.S. military about sport at the Camp Ellis internment camp in Illinois. Sergeant Buck Erickson said, "Don't take too seriously this belief where we have football at Camp Ellis solely for the entertainment of the personnel.
Brother.
That's strictly for the birds.
Yeah.
The Army is a winner. The Army likes to win. That's the most fortunate thing in the world for America." Sergeant Erickson may have been being polite for the occasion.
Yeah.
Christine Amers, the American Heritage Dictionary of Idioms, tells that the more vulgar version of the term is shit for the birds, alluding to birds' habit of picking seeds out of horse droppings. Hence the notion that something for the birds is worthless.
He says that's your epitaph.
That's my
His
epitaph.
Whatever.
Well, for the birds.
I don't know. All right, so what was the word again? Jesus, I lost sight of it.
Gossamer.
No.
It's for the birds.
It's for the bird. For the bird.
Like a dunghill biddy.
Yeah. What a bunch of bird shit that is. Oh, well.
Wow.
How about that? All right, well, let me see.
Flock together, shit together.
Yeah, that's true. Statistically speaking, yeah.
All right, so we're there, folks.
It's 11 o'clock.
With the end of the run.
Yes.
And it's been a lot of fun, folks. I hope that you guys will return back tomorrow for, what are we calling it now, Ed? It's no longer Flippin' Friday. Now we're calling it
Flatulent Friday.
Flatulent Friday. But tomorrow we're going to have a hard-on. Over a lot of shit.
And we got some of you who know, some of you don't remember.
Oh, yes.
We're going to have, Monday we will have Derek, How's My Movie Shapiro.
Okay.
And Vinny, Can't You Get the Joke, Bucci.
Okay. Did you hear that, Anthony? We're going to have Dabucci and Shapiro on a Monday. And we'd like for you to be here for that special day.
Yeah.
It'll be wonderful.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just come on down, and that way, don't say you might show up, because whenever you say you might show up, guess what happens?
You don't show up.
You don't show up. Yeah. Why don't you just say, let your yes be yes and your no be no.
Yes,
say you're going to be there, or I'm not going to be there.
Rosalind, I like what you said.
Mr. Mayor wanna be. That's all I need is a freaking mayor. Oh, I might do something about it.
Yeah, but
I might pass a budget.
I guess Irvin is trying to say to you, man, don't pull a Rickard.
Yeah, don't pull a Rickard. Yeah.
Rosalind, everybody know that the bird, the word, the bird, the bird, the word, the bird.
Yeah, none of that shit.
He's got other pressing matters.
Yes.
He got other pressing matters. I wonder what. There you go. That's exactly the kind of freaking pressing you're gonna be doing.
Yes.
No, I want you to press the issue that these guys are the worst freaking entertainment people, worse than Mix in the Morning.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Want to thank everyone.
God forbid I leave my kids in the car so I can see my Vinny and Diaz. Yeah, why not?
Want to thank everyone who is here today.
You wouldn't do that.
Want to thank C. Fluke, Diaz Photo Guy for coming. Thank you, Rosalind Nicole. Thank you, Eric Wildcat, Plastic Canvas, Acid DJ, Harry Cooter, I'm So Horny, Is This Real? Caxi News Network, Lady K1, Lord of Lycans, Manny Nikel 3000, Remel Pons, Rocco.
Rocco, well behaved today. Thank you, Rocco.
Yep. Scorpio, Piopio, Hydra Glow, Topher, Vorpal by 2, Yuck Foo, Zappa 1, B-Dog 7588, My Dogs Don't Cry, Rudy 4, and the Brothers, Coffee Guy in Tower London, and Watchdog Gone.
Wow, you guys are great. We're happy that you were with us today. We had over 50 viewers. I'm not sure what number we topped, but we had a few. It was fun, and be bad and take a really risky chance.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Coffee Guy. You're the man. I'm so glad that you're back with us. Thank you, Hydro Glow. And we'll see you tomorrow.
As I'm walking to the press room, I'm walking by myself. Pathway gas, and I probably went off and ate something I wasn't supposed to. Walking by myself, and I got a pathway gas here. I was panicking. I'm walking by myself because I didn't know. Only some extra came out. You pooped in your pants? I pooped my pants. Come on, everybody, do the dookie dance. You pooped in your pants? I pooped my pants. Come on, everybody, do the dookie dance. You pooped in your pants? I pooped my pants. Come on, everybody, do the dookie dance. You pooped in your pants? I pooped my pants. Come on, everybody, do the dookie dance. So I threw out the underwear,
it's a wrap.